Sam, if that was your gardening segment, I'm sorry, that was just...
Oh, do you want a gardening segment?
Shit. Yes, I want a gardening segment. That's how we're opening this week. And now, Sam, with the gardening for this week. What's it like up there, Sam?
It's pretty fucking dark down here. Don't know why you sent a human into the underdark to do the gardening segment, but I'll give it my best go. So I'm going to have a little fumble around. What do I feel here? Oh, I think this is quite a nice plant. Oh, no, wait, it's a body. Anyway, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Sam, for that dark insight into gardening.
Gardening has a different meaning down in the underdark. That's what the term they used to bury people.
Yeah. Harvesting the dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, the pollen count, that's not a thing down here, it's the poison count.
Anyway, hello gentlemen, and welcome back to this week's session of D&D. Last week, you guys left the temple that you were in with the portal, and you went on a little adventure down towards the Glimmering Lake in order to try and defeat Lolth, the Queen of Spiders, the goddess of the Drow. On your way, you sort of went off-road. It took it a little while to get sort of around the sort of rocky terrain, and you dropped into a big pit. Down the big pit, you suddenly realised, oh shit, there's a big toxic cloud of gas that's following us, and it ran after us, you, and nearly killed poor Markul, the dragonborn cleric friend that you have brought with you along the way. He was very, very close to death. So was, I believe, Oramis. But you managed to get out of there safe and sound in the end. Had a bit of a short rest and got yourselves ready.
On single digit HP.
Oh no, definitely not. Didn't happen.
I don't know what you're all whinging about, but I think the real enemy of last session was the art of knots. that was the real enemy.
The art of what?
The art of knot making, not tying.
I see, yeah. Yeah. Sam trying to fucking sting a knot and failing 3 times in a row. Mazzy continually falling on his ass. I should have made you take damage for that after a while. Just falling on your ass constantly.
He's used to
it. Anyway, after that, you went down to the Glimmering Lake and you found a bunch of dead drow that looked like they sort of drowned in the Glimmering Lake. And as the tide had sort of come in, they were sort of just lying here, dead, coral growing over them, and bits of sort of seaweed and things like that growing over their sort of undead form. But they came to life and attacked you. And as they came to life and attacked you, they seemed to awaken something a bit more terrifying. These huge crab-like creatures that you can see disguised as rocks when they sort of go down and hide and tuck all their sort of form in from their back. They look pretty much just like a regular rock that was sort of lying there. It literally grabbed one of the undead drow, snipped it in half, and ate it with its big claws. You guys have been trying to get to this little boat just up top there. However, these things have been holding you back. You have one of them paralyzed, the green one paralyzed, under the effects of Hold Monster, which Gylndan cleverly made fail its saving throw, or rather saw in the future that it would fail its saving throw, and Oramis decided, no, fuck you, and pushed it away with some wind. The other one hasn't been touched. It's very, very angry, and will start this session off with a bloody good round from Mazzy. Come on, my dude.
Well, just before you start, Matt, JJ, did you have a name for last week's episode?
I did not know.
Okay, because I think it should be called something along the lines of like Markle's character arc or something like that. He had a nice little arc where he sucked a dick, and then he dished out dick later. It came full circle.
It's Dragonborn dick too, so it's got scales and shit over it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
He had 2 pretty cool moments. One really cool one where he saved Luke, but then like he just battered this bloke off earlier. So
I don't remember battering the bloke off, but yeah, when Oramis was
grappled him and he just walked off. No.
Yeah. Yes. These things seem to have the ability to either attack multiple times, as you've seen, or grab someone and try and sort of restrain them, tightening their grip over them. And Markle jumped on one of them to guys, get on the ship. You can't sound.
That's like ship's crew typing that.
Yeah, what? Get him.
Anyway,
God,
Mazzy,
yeah.
please
Yeah.
take it away, Mazzy.
Yes, good to hear. Right.
Dear God.
As we're on the run, green
Yes.
is held. I'm going to fire one of my ensnaring arrows at blue.
Snaring arrows are blue.
Snaring. I said what? Yeah, snaring. Sorry.
I thought you said in snarling. I was like, is it
He did
just
say it's
angry at it?
He did say it's snarling. I did get rather confused.
Yeah, that was my bad.
I'm just going to remind myself when
Yeah.
ensnaring arrows.
Scary
An
arrows.
arrow with a tip
The
infused with
roaring
druidic
arrows.
magic on a hit must make a strength saving throws. Magical vines are unleashed upon impact. On a pass, the target's speed is halved and they take 2d4 piercing damage. On a fail, the target is restrained.
Everyone else.
2d4 piercing damage. Cool, so it needs to make a dex save. No, strength saving throw, rather.
This thing's not very dexterous.
But it is, as you've seen, rather strong. So we'll give it a go. It's against your spell save DC, which I believe is like 13, Mazzy?
14.
14. Oh, that makes things interesting. Speaking of 13, that's what it rolled. It has failed.
Yes.
Way.
This thing is now restrained. I don't know what a good thing for that works. Roll 2d4 for me.
Yep. Well,
5.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
it's not really there for the damage. It's there for the hold.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, what the fuck am I doing? You still need to roll to hit. It says on a hit, the target must
Holy
make a
shit.
strength saving throw. So
Oh, but
roll
don't
to
cock it
hit.
here, Matt.
Roll to hit, and if you hit, I'll keep the everything.
Yes?
stuff.
Oh,
Better hit.
no. They've got like
Murders.
18.
They've got like 17 or something.
You missed, unfortunately.
Didn't
Your
you say
arrow.
Didn't you say rolls with advantage, Ben? I'm sure you said that.
I thought I
That
heard that
is,
as well,
if
actually.
it was restrained by the vines, which
No,
is
I
no,
heard
no,
he
unfortunately
gets
not.
advantage because you didn't make him do it in the first place.
Yeah.
So you're retconning, so actually it's your fault.
I don't remember
that's what
that
I heard.
being a thing. I don't remember that being a thing.
Well, we did
no,
that,
we can-
or
We can go back and listen to it on the stream, Ben, but that's going to ruin it for the fans. So
Unfortunately, Mazzy, you fire off this arrow and it sort of just glints off of its sort of rocky hide over its thing. You can see the vines sort of try and grow over some of it, but they just don't sort of
As I
reach past.
clearly have no concept of money and how much these arrows cost, I'm going to fire the same thing again.
Mazzy,
All
we're
right.
minted.
Roll to hit.
That's a bit better.
This one is a little bit better. It'll make another save.
Go on, you got. We'll pass this one, won't it?
Natural 1.
Yes.
It is restrained by these vines. Still, roll another 2d4 for me.
This one should be better. Maybe not.
4 damage.
when's my turn?
Your turn
the order.
is...
Because my food's just arrived, so I'm going to want to grab it.
Gylndan is before you. So
Okay,
it's got...
I'll take a
Gylndan's
long
turn
time.
next then.
Don't worry. I'll take ages.
Oh,
Luke, why are you so formally dressed?
I had an interview today.
Okay, what for a job?
No, for a fucking ballet.
Oh, right, well, you didn't wear the right thing then, did you?
Yes, I'll talk to you more about it in a bit.
Alright.
Cool.
It's off.
Right, anyway, to finish my
no.
move, to finish my my round off, I'm just going to move my 30 paces up here and say, "Come on, lads, let's go."
Sounds good. Yeah, so this thing has a now speed of 0, disadvantage on dex saves, and attacks against it have advantage while their attacks have disadvantage. Excellent. It is now Gylndan. Your turn.
Oh, I thought I was gonna yeet a fireball because they're both gonna fail it. Well, one of them will have disadvantage on it. I think the other guy might fail it because he's incapacitated.
The paralyzed one automatically fails. The
Yeah.
other one has disadvantage on
Okay.
the dex save.
I was gonna throw it, and then I was like, oh no, Markul's in between them, but it's not Markul. It's his spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah. Sort of it is you're throwing it.
basically yeah.
You're throwing a fireball. All right. What level
This is
are
me
you?
just getting level 4 because I run out of level 3 spell slots. This is just me getting my anger out of my laptop. So just bear with me. Nothing personal, lads.
Nothing personal. It needs to roll a dex save at disadvantage. Good thing it's a
26. That's fucking
That first
dreadful.
one
Look at the
passed.
ones in that.
The second one
That's
failed.
4 ones.
Oh, that is
That,
horrible.
oh, that's so sad.
That's less than average damage on a level 3
I
fireball.
know. I know.
Oh wow.
Oh my god. On the
Does
bright
it kill
side,
anything?
On the bright side, yes. As you fling this fireball, this orange mote shoots out of the end of your staff, lands on the cliffside, an explosion ruptures out, and literally pieces of this green crab just start flying around everywhere. Its arm is ripped off as it sort of dazedly thing just starts rolling off. Legs twisted, gnarled, its body sort of charred, and this one has died. This one,
Imagine the
as of-
cinematic shot of that. It would be like a camera almost placed on the beach, and then you'd see it in the distance, and then it'd just be sort of, and like a wet thud as like half a claw just lands right in front of the camera.
pretty much,
And then
yeah.
Slowly
This
sizzling.
Blinda
second
will
one
look
did
to
fail.
whatever camera he can find, and he'll just click at it and go, anyone orders seafood?
And you get pushed off the dock.
Lightning strikes in this seemingly impossible place.
This second one, however, did also fail, so it takes the full damage. It's not a happy boy. It is then Oramis'
That doesn't
turn.
affect its snaring at all, does it?
That doesn't affect its. I'll say no. It doesn't affect its ensnaring at all. No. It gets to make a save on its next turn anyway, so it's fine.
Oh, and I'll move as well. I'm gonna listen. Heed Mazzy's call. 5,
Get on the boat.
10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'm gonna get to here, and I'll get on the boat next then.
Cool. Next up is Oramis' turn, but he is not here.
Give him a second. If he's just getting food, he might come back in.
After, I'll say after Oramis is Doc. So Doc, if you wanted to go now, and then Oramis can go after. It's just one turn's difference. I don't think it makes too much.
Well, my turn's been nice and quick, because it can be a good old Sacred Flame, which is a deck
Sacred
save.
Flame, which is a dex save, which has disadvantage on. Fails with a 6. Roll me
Where the fuck is
the most sacred of flames.
Hello.
No.
8? Oh god, that's...
Have a look at the fireball
8.
Sam just rolled, Luke.
20?
But it killed something.
Pathetic.
It
It
did.
killed something.
It did
Yes,
kill
it
something.
is.
4 ones. That's ridiculous.
Yes. So what you missed, Luke, was Sam's fireball blowing up the crab.
Nice.
And
I like a bit of,
JJ has
crab.
just.
There we
JJ
go. I
is
made that
just
joke. No one else
sacred
liked it.
JJ has just sacred flamed
Who's waving at
this
you?
thing.
Ah.
It has failed. This radiant flame bursting forth from the sky to kill it. Not kill it, hurt it.
Then I'm gonna...
Definitely hasn't killed it.
And get in the boat. Well, not dash, but, you know, move.
Moonwalk.
Yeah, I'm gonna moonwalk down the... It's one of the hand motions of the moonwalk. The Sacred Flame is released.
And as you run
Moonwalks
over the dock, someone on the
down
other side of the
the
lake
dock.
shouts, "I can hear you." I'm leaning into it now. It's fine. Oramis, your turn.
How is it? Oh, lovely.
It is, fun enough.
What's for dinner, Luke?
Fish and chips.
Oh, lovely.
Not had fish and chips in ages.
I had one yesterday.
Ages.
It was very nice.
That is not ages.
I had one.
No.
Last time was at the coast.
Okay. So, Oramis, this turn, he is going to... This big boy... No, correction. Can I fire an Eldridge Blast whilst maintaining a spell? No, I can't because that's 2 spells at the same time, but they're not concentration, so...
Yes, you
Do
can.
you need to keep hold of that spell? Because that guy's dead now.
Well, potentially. Bear with me.
Can you
As,
move?
remember,
Yeah.
as
What, do you have one
as a bonus action, you can change the direction of the wind.
Yeah.
To remind you.
Fucking wind. Yeah. That giant blue thing.
Can I please Eldritch Blast Senior Crab in blue?
Of course. Roll the Eldritch Blasts.
Ooh.
The first one misses very badly, unfortunately.
Oh,
And so does the second one. The first one flying way past its form, and the other one just sort of like bouncing,
they're
essentially
not rolling
ricocheting
properly
off of
again,
its
though.
sort of carapaced form. Pardon?
They're not rolling properly again. The damage.
No, they're not.
Does he get any kind of bonus for it being ensnared? Not that it makes an ounce of difference, but
He would get advantage, yeah, but both of them,
okay.
even with advantage, wouldn't hit.
a bunch of dreadful rolls, Luke, really, isn't it?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
About a 4, a 6, a 3,
30.
and 8.
Oh, has Markul been?
Markul hasn't been.
Excellent. Is he before the crab?
He is after the crab.
Ah, cock.
alright. He's fine.
Well, he gets pushed 15 feet by the spell.
Oh.
Couldn't you have done it before you did the movement?
Well, no, because it emanates from me, so it's
Oh, okay.
60 foot from my character.
Right, got you.
Could I, this is a little bit, could I maintain it, but just keep it on this strip here on the right-hand side so it doesn't include Markul? So change the spell.
Yeah, so it goes like
on.
that,
Yeah.
and then it goes something like that.
Yeah. So
Sounds good.
that should hopefully catch that if it tries to come on. I'm actually going to take one more step back because I have 5 more feet of movement.
There we are. Senor Crab. Unless there's anything else on your turn, though.
Nope. No.
Senor Crab is looking not very happy with himself. It's trying to sort of get out of these vines, sort of lulling at its wounds, these sort of singe marks over it. So it's going to try and get out. It breaks free. So it breaks free of the vines on this turn, but unfortunately that is its full action. And so for movement, it is going to walk up here, grab this little undead thing. This thing's a sort of it's sort of sulking to itself now. It looks at Markul, who's sort of looking back at it. On Markul's turn, he is definitely going to be running towards the boat. And it sort of looks him dead in the eyes. It unfortunately can't use its hypnotic pattern eyes, so it just sort of looks at him and watches him as he runs. And with this big sort of claw, it just stabs this sort of undead thing in the ground, lifts it up, and almost just like a kebab, just starts sort of munching on its head.
We're fighting a sulky crab.
you are
You
are fighting a bit of
salty crab.
Hey.
you are fighting a bit of a salty crab here, as it's just feasting and seeming to be somewhat happy gorging on this thing. It doesn't want to get too much closer to you. You can somewhat tell this thing wanted food, as far as you're aware. This thing wanted food. You guys have
It really overreached.
it's somewhat overreached, but it does seem to be watching you as you're getting into the boat. It definitely seems to be watching you as you're moving over the docks. Like, sort of like 2 or 3 of its eyes are sort of still peering over at you, while the others are sort of like maybe 3 of its eyes are looking at you, while the other 5 are sort of like looking at the food it's eating and stuff and just gorging on that. Maybe one of them is just looking around the place. And Markul Markle will definitely be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Going to jump on the boat on his next turn. Spiritual weapon.
Move in and take a whack.
Of course.
It's gonna miss.
But unfortunately it misses. This thing sort of, with his one eye that's looking around, sees the spiritual weapon, and for a moment all of its attention is focused on that, while it sort of just brings up its other claw to protect itself from this spiritual weapon that strikes down on it. Mazzy, your turn next. Everyone's getting in the boat. You can see this thing gorging on a big drow's body. It's basically got all the head in its mouth.
I am on the boat, and I will just fire 2 standard arrows over at the guy. At the
2
crab.
standard arrows?
Well, we really don't let people get away, do we?
Oh, no. I think you might have to come back this way.
That's true. I hope not to, but
I think we just we're just trying to like do as much as we can to stop it coming after us.
I mean, there's no reason for me not to. If I've got 2 attacking rolls, I might as well. So
Yeah.
makes you sound a bit like a sadist.
Oh, nicely done. 6 plus 7, 13 piercing damage as you sort of eye up a moment of its mouth opening to take another sort of chomp out of this drow, and you just fire off this arrow straight into its mouth, right into the back of its throat. Just that definitely would fucking hurt.
because I like the look of that, I'm going to do it again.
Oh,
and it hits again. Nicely done. Anything else? I will say, at least with all of you on the boat, at least 2 of you are going to have to grab the oars on this boat and start rowing.
I'll grab an oar then.
Okay.
I'll move up here and grab an oar.
You can grab an oar. Gylndan?
just looking how far I can do. Told the dead. 5, 10, 15.
God, we really don't let people get away, man.
No, we don't. I wasn't saying it as a complaint. It's our group motto. I'm gonna hit a good old Toll the Dead.
Good old Toll the bloody dead, eh?
It's just in range. It's 60 feet, so it's just in range if I'm on the edge of the boat.
Yeah, sounds good.
Watch this be dreadful. It's the second roll because it's already damaged. So 12.
Needs to make a wisdom save. What's this wisdom? Not brilliant. Yeah, it's a 4. 12 damage. Nicely done. Again, these sort of gongs ringing in its ears.
And then I'm gonna sort out all these there. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll go to the front of the boat and I'll just look at Doc and look at the oar and look back at Doc and just say, I don't think that's for me. I'll scout.
Nice. Oramis.
On the boat, please.
Yeah, you're able to jump on the boat. Anything else, or are you just jumping on the boat?
Well, I guess technically I want to end the spell.
You want to end the spell?
Yeah. I see no use for the spell right now.
Alright, no, too late, it's gone.
It's a rowboat.
Anything
We
else?
just lost our motor.
Well, I was thinking that does it actually push? Push from Oramis?
Yeah.
I mean, are you having to hold yourself back whilst you're pushing it while you're on land? Is there actually a lot of momentum to it?
No. Like it literally comes from his hands. There's nothing pushing against him back. He's conjuring it forwards.
No, it comes from his anus, definitely.
or that is a possibility.
Well, let's go for the quieter route and just use the oars.
I think so.
Anything else, Oramis, on your turn?
No.
Cool. Doc.
I'll just 5, 10, 15, 20, 35, 40, 45, 50. I think it's 60 feet from me, so I'll give it another second flame.
Oh my god. Crispy crab.
Toasted crab.
Yeah, it is just 60 feet from you. Oh, it's a 19 on the deck save. Natural.
I'll just pick up an oar then and get ready to row.
Crab does a
Sounds good.
backflip to avoid Doc's sacred flame.
The crab... Yeah, the crab will just keep munching. It's just going to maybe get fully down onto the beach now. Still munching on this thing. And probably just take it a little bit away from the sacred flame, as it's still just sort of munching on this thing. Again, all these eyes sort of watching you as you get onto the boat, sort of watching as you go, kind of thing. And Markul.
Row your boat.
It'll just
Markul.
jump on the front, ready to scout, move the spiritual weapon, and have one last go with that. Whoever's phone that is, can they do something about it?
It's mine, but it's not. Yeah, I try to stop it, but it'll come through every single device I have right now.
Spiritual weapon hits.
That's a hit.
That is a hit.
That's not a hit.
5. With 5 force damage.
When Markul gets in the boat, does it just tip slightly? If he's getting in at the front.
Yeah, this
Whoa.
boat is definitely somewhat strained, having all of you on it. It's clearly seen a lot of use. You can see the barnacles and stuff growing from the sort of growing a sort of thing on the side. It is fairly low on the water, and these waters, unlike the picture, aren't very choppy. They're actually quite calm at the minute, so it is fairly easy to get on. I'm assuming
the
everyone
word
would
you're
just...
looking for, Ben, is cozy. It's cozy.
Cozy. So I'll say the crab doesn't necessarily, at the minute, look like it's going to be coming after you. It's still munching on its thing. Did anyone still want to attack it, or are you guys happy to just row?
Let's row
away?
Row into the
Row your boat.
You sure? Cool.
Yeah.
Whoever is rowing, can they make me an athletics check?
Ay.
Matt, you can close the...
I've closed everything, JJ. I've closed everything. I've closed it. It's still it comes through my laptop. Whatever happens.
That is odd.
Could
Why
I recommend earphones?
Yeah, I could do that. Just don't see the point. But yeah, now there's a point to it.
Who's that? Jesus Christ.
God damn.
That was Nemo that I've just finished eating.
Alright.
Generally don't like wearing headphones, so whenever I can avoid it, I'll avoid it.
I don't know, they did clownfish it. I'm
Michael's.
assuming you went to the one at the top of the... Yeah, Michael's.
Nice. Athletics Doc and Mazzy. I think you said you were going to grab the other oar.
Yeah.
If you want to roll a quick athletics check when you're ready.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can indeed.
Right, athletics check.
Oh, Matt, you are coming through crisp.
Except my rolls aren't. There we are.
18. Yeah, you guys are very, very effectively able to sort of communicate with each other, get these oars ready, and very, very nicely in time, and very, very quickly as well, you make your way away from the thing. As you're sort of looking onwards, the crab itself is still sort of munching on this thing, but as you sort of set out to the water a little bit, it sort of seems to finish off what it's doing. You can see that it just sort of like opens its whole mouth, takes a sort of hunk out of the shoulder of this thing, drops the rest of the body to the floor, and then just slurps up the rest of the arm with it into its mouth until like just like a little bit of the arm is hanging out. And you can see it's still maintaining eye contact with the boat and takes a couple of sort of steps towards the water. Just briefly. You guys are able to sort of go on and on out sort of over the lake. A couple of minutes pass. You're making pretty good time with definitely with these athletics checks. You're moving at a very, very good pace, it would seem. similar pace to sort of what you'd be moving over land. If I just bring you over to the Underdark.
Islands, then?
They are islands, yeah.
So do we want to stop at any of them?
It might be. Have we had a long rest yet?
No, but
No.
we've not actually got that. It was like morning when we went through the poisonous gas bit, and then we had
Might
a
be
short
good.
rest, I think. So it might be like
Well,
middle afternoon now.
it was morning when you set off. It was about mid-afternoon when you got to the poisonous gas bit. So now
Oh, so it's like late afternoon.
it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Might be good to rock up and have a long rest.
You think?
Yeah.
I have a bit of anxiety about this body of water. To be honest, I'd rather be across it, but
All right. Okay.
happy to do whatever.
Just to refresh your memory a little bit, one of these islands, the one to your left, has a large sort of watchtower in the middle of it. The one to the right seems fairly barren, except for all these sort of quite large sort of mushrooms and things, almost like a forest of mushrooms and things like that over the area.
If we're going to go to any of them, I'd go to the tower one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Agreed.
it might be a good place to get some cover and rest.
Yeah.
I
We'll have a
mean,
look.
there's
We'll go
not-
to that one then.
Potentially, I mean, I don't think there's much that's going to be able to freely travel across the water.
I'm not so much worried about stuff travelling across the water, it's more what's in there that might come out. But we'll see.
It's about at the point where you guys are discussing this, and Doc does mention something about travelling across the water, that Markul sort of is sat there. You can tell he's trying to think of something quite clever, or maybe even funny to say to lighten the mood, sort of humming to himself, and he looks back at it. Hey, oi lads, where'd anyone see where that crab went? As you look back towards the shore, the crab is no longer there.
It was hiding as a rock before.
Yeah.
I
No
would
need
say
to worry.
Crab's favourite terrain is water.
But not swimming.
Yeah. I'm
Go across the floor.
bottom of the water.
Yeah.
And
Is
if
it
Ben,
deep
you
then?
try.
This water, you have no idea. You can barely
I
see
stick
a
my
couple of feet
stick in?
below it. Yeah, you can stick your staff in.
Can you just Moses it while you're here? Just like pass it out and
You
we'll go through the
can,
middle and walk it. We
Yeah,
find
At
you can
later
stick
levels
your
I
staff
could.
in. It's longer than your staff.
If I take a long rest,
A lot
I can
longer
take
than your
spell
staff.
around me to Moses it.
Okay, so it's pretty fucking deep.
Yeah, we could potentially drop the end of a rope in or something like that, and
We've got something heavy we can tie to the end of the rope to make sure it actually goes
Doc.
down.
in between strokes of rowing, I'll just give Oramis a finger.
How rude.
We'll just keep going, I think. Let's not worry too much about how deep it is. Just keep going for that tower island.
And just
Keep
wanna
going, yeah.
Power through.
So between where you left and where the tower is, it is a couple of miles sort of journey, and you get about halfway. Yeah, I mean, if you look at sort of where you guys were, like here, and then you need to go at least to there. Each hex is about 3 miles. So that is a couple of miles of rowing, and Doc
come a
and
long
Mazzy.
3, 6, 9.
You have, yeah. Doc and
12.
Mazzy, can you both make me a con save? Just to sort of, as you're rowing this boat, it's quite exhausting.
I'm exhausted.
Bah.
Mazzy, unfortunately, you take 1 point of exhaustion, but Doc, you seem to be okay keeping up with the pace.
I don't imagine we're necessarily rowing at we're not like, there's nothing that we're trying to flee. I'd imagine we're rowing at sort of a fairly relaxed
but
pace.
even still, 5 of you, most of you with armor on, 1 of you with heavy armor on, each geared up.
Rowing is
Ready.
exhausting.
That would be quite
yeah.
an arduous task in and of itself. I did also have the DC set quite low, but I mean, even with a 6, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
As he's been eating too many of his mum's pies.
Very
Markle
taste.
only in medium armor.
He is. He's got scaled armor.
Scaled armor.
And as you're sort of going across, and it's fairly leisurely, can one of you, whoever
I'll
it
do it.
is,
I'll do it.
make a
Don't know.
perception check?
Who's got
Oh.
who's got best perception?
I've got like plus 75 or something ridiculous.
Marcool's at the front of the boat, but Oramis is the sailor.
I have a plus 7 to perception. And I feel like as we're on the
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Don't worry, I've seen it.
I said someone make a perception check and Gylndan rolled first.
No, but Oramis has followed me out.
I'll say Oramis could give you advantage, but that's still only a 7, my dude.
It's better than that one.
So,
I'm literally a sailor.
you're keeping an eye.
Sailor man.
You're keeping an eye on the water. Oramis sort of somewhat taking control of the boat a little bit. Doc and Mazzy keeping on going. Mazzy's looking quite exhausted at this point. Marcool still trying to think of sort of how to lighten the mood, but also keeping one eye sort of on the shore, like trying to see maybe if you can see some movement to signal that the thing is still there. And because Gylndan sort of sat there and he's trying to keep an eye out, Oramis sort of giving him a hand, looking out every now and again. You're both looking quite far out in the distance.
Oramis like the water, and I'm like, yes, the water. It's a big cavern, isn't it? The water. Sorry, the water. Yes, yeah.
And both of you are looking very far out. You're both looking sort of quite far out into the distance, which means that neither of you are really paying attention
To the crab.
to what's very, very close to you.
You idiots.
And as you're on this water, which glimmers and shines and gives off a quite bright light sort of all around you, this quite bright blue fluorescent light, it seems, you can all put yourselves where you actually would be on the boat.
I mean, I think
There's
that's
so
fairly
much
accurate.
choice.
I think that's fairly accurate.
There is so much choice.
The only change you could potentially make would be, stick Oramis at the back, Marcool's at the front, like sort of watching.
Is there actually a rudder for this? I mean, because we've got oars, we
probably
can just steer with that.
but
No, but I feel like I'd still be standing there, sort of surveying.
Or would you be like a
situation.
George Washington at the front of the boat going?
the opposite, at the back.
Marcool has claimed the front. That's why he's not there.
No. Well, no, it's a logical thing. You know, if we hit anything, if you're at the front, you're going to
we all
fall.
die first.
You're going, yeah, exactly.
well, no, because if you hit something, in theory, like the front of the boat will rise up as it like goes over this thing, and the back will tip down, so you'll be in the water first.
Depends. That's not the kind of hitting something I'm talking about. You know, I'm talking about something gets dropped out of the sky.
Well, basically, when this crab catches up with
Joking.
us, it's going to get you first.
Well, let's see what happens. We are where we are for the actions we've taken. So
Speaking of which,
So excited for all the movement we're going to do in this fight.
speaking of which, as you're sort of speaking to each other, watching other things, there is a brief sort of ripple in the water near you.
Kraken.
And then rising up through the literal hull of the boat, a huge claw just slams a hole right into the middle, pulls its claw back. And congrats, you've just found out this thing can swim.
Well,
And
at
it gets
least
to
we're
make
pretty-
another attack against one of you who's going to grapple, and I'm going to say it's the squishy one.
He doesn't know the squishy one. I just burnt his friend.
It's the one with the least shiny on it.
Oh,
You did just burn its friend, though, which probably
just tell
doesn't
me.
also
that helps proceedings.
help your situation at all.
Just let me know if it hits.
That does hit, yeah. It does hit.
Oh, it does hit. I'll cast shield as a reaction then.
It doesn't hit.
Hey.
As
that's so squishy now.
as you see this claw rise up through the bottom, pulls itself back down, and the crab sort of rises up about sort of waist height. One claw rising up strikes towards you, but you manage to pull your shield out just in time.
Sorry,
Yes.
I question how the hell this thing is waist height in the water. How is it treading
Powerful
water?
legs. Powerful legs.
How is it treading water so effectively that it can just effectively sit on top of the water?
Well, more like sort of like chest height. Like if you sort of think like sort of its head and like its sort of central bit
Its
is
torso is
above
out
the
of
water. Yeah, like most of
Alright.
its sort of upper torsos out of the water.
I mean, from the picture, it looks more humanoid than a crab in the real world.
No
This
You
is
shit.
mean that's
true.
not a real cab?
So, I think
That's ruined my evening.
And on that note, I think we will roll a real quick initiative. Probably will be real quick. You guys dealt a lot of damage to that thing.
that's Markul first. I pulled up the wrong sheet.
Markul.
Markul.
I can't wait to roll like a 7 with a +5 to initiative. Oh boy, 17.
Oh boy! That's a real
Okay.
fine boy, boy.
I'll go last.
Well,
Someone's got to.
You beat me in one initiative last session.
I'll take that for the next 5. This thing should go down well quick.
I mean, the classic one was 2 sessions ago when you're like, I haven't beaten you, and then I like rolled a 7 and you rolled a 5 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't think I'll get a go in this one. I think it took a full fireball, and I think Matt hit it, you hit it, so should be quick.
Mazzy and
Unless he's
Gylndan.
got friends.
so unfortunately, it rolled rather well for its initiative.
how's the boat looking?
Meaning it,
Dare I ask, how's the boat looking with a big hole in the
Hmm?
bottom?
It's leaking.
the boat is not looking good, and you guys, as you sort of stand there, do realize some water is actually coming through the bottom of the boat.
Some. His claw went through half of it.
Yeah, a fair bit of water is actually coming through the bottom of the boat. But it's going to make an attack on... I'm going to say it doesn't like Gylndan because of the shiny, but then Gylndan did throw a fireball at its friend. So I'm going to say 1 on... See if it hits. First one's going to be against Gylndan again because he hurt his friend. Hits.
Right, so I don't want to be too pedantic, but shield is until the start of my next turn, and I've not had that yet.
That is a very, very good point, but I'm assuming a 24 bypasses shield.
Oh, fuck you, Nan.
Oh,
yeah.
that was some serious big ball plays there, Ben. You just-
Yeah, go on. I'll take it.
You'll take it.
I mean, what
You'll
did Ben
fucking
Howard
take
do?
it.
Oh, she
Mate,
said
mate,
machine gun
what
the
did-
Tories.
Machine gunner! Oh, that's not good.
Ben, is that the wonderful
not good.
woman that you go and visit when you say you're with your staying at your grand's?
No, it is not. Unfortunately, the woman question unfortunately passed a few years ago.
Oh.
Just 5. Gylndan, could you please take 17 slashing damage?
17.
And you are currently grappled.
Okay.
And seeing as it has you in the water, seeing as it has you, and it would like something else for dinner, something a bit more living, could you make me a strength saving throw?
Oh, it's been a pleasure, lads. I don't typically do very well on these.
Oh,
You are now restrained by this creature as it has you in its claws. You also take an extra 11 slashing damage as it squeezes down tightly on your sort of ribs
Oh, boys,
and on your sides.
please.
And it is pulling
It's
you
11,
back.
yeah?
11. It is pulling you back. How are you looking?
I'm alive.
You're alive.
Yeah.
for now.
Fantastic. Somewhat.
Wait till you see what
That
I've
sounded
got planned.
sincere. For me?
Yeah, for you.
Oh.
It's
No,
also
I'm
going to move 5, 10,
Oh,
15.
What? No, it's
Oh,
not.
that ruins everything I had planned.
Actually, it doesn't ruin
Gylndan.
anything I had planned.
With Gylndan currently caught in its claws.
See you later, guys.
Right, Gylndan.
I don't think it
Been
needs to do
real.
much more this round. Oramis, it is your turn.
So just to advise the party, swimming costs me no extra movement. So I'm going to yeet my way up to this guy in the water here.
All right. I'll say if you're in the water.
Correction. Yes.
Oh, correction.
Like
Like attacking from swimming. I'll say would pose disadvantage.
Oh no! Don't you worry about swimming. Don't you worry about that. Can
Cool.
I initially fire 2 Eldritch Blasts?
2 Eldritch Blasts. All right. Roll to hit.
I would love to roll to hit.
Ah. I apparently went back a page.
That's good. Oh, that's also good.
I didn't see either of those. My mouse did funny
I
things.
got a 10 and a 16.
A 10 and a 16, both of which do not, unfortunately, hit.
I'm just there getting crushed, and I'm going to see that happen and just go, Oramis, my fucking hero.
So 15 feet of movement to there.
Yeah.
I also don't get any adverse movement for climbing.
Okay.
Can I climb it, please?
Make me a... Oh, what would it be? Make me a straight dex or strength check. I'll let you choose to try and sort of climb on this thing as it's also sort of got actions. It will be an opposed one, so it will try and sort of get you off. Let me just scroll down a second.
Gylndan, you best be praying.
I started praying a long time ago.
I can't
About the time I joined the party, actually.
You were influenced by a dog's religion? Oh,
No.
Nice.
I just met you and thought, God, I'm going to need some divine help to get through this shit.
You try and climb this thing
Oh, why?
and try and pull yourself up over, but you get not enough to really take any damage, but you do just get a sort of like elbow of this thing to the face, and it pushes you back into the water. As it unfortunately rolled a 17.
Interesting.
With a
Very
strength check.
interesting. Would that
I'm very
attempt would that have cost me any extra movement?
Yes, I'll say to climb on top of it is 10 feet of movement. It cost you all of that. Because you tried to climb and then fell. So you got up 5 feet, got knocked off 5 feet.
Okay. No dramas there, because I would like to try and conceal blade him now.
Conceal blade.
Yeah.
JJ, the rules for attacking in the water, is it piercing weapons don't have disadvantage, or is that a thing you made up?
No, that's for underwater.
That's for underwater. I'm gonna say while
through
swimming.
Only like trying to if you're trying to slice underwater, there's a lot more resistance than you're just trying to stab.
Okay, I'm gonna say while swimming, roll with disadvantage, because obviously doing that while keeping yourself above the water is probably quite difficult.
I would argue
You would not be attacking accurately if you were trying to keep yourself afloat as well as slashed it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Conceal blade with disadvantage, please.
Go for it.
My god, this isn't gonna work now. Fuck it.
Unfortunately not. Your rolls have not been with you today, as unfortunately you try and get this thing, but you just can't get quite past it as it's sort of thrashing its legs underwater, making it quite a hard target to hit. Doc, you're up.
Let's mark off that spell slot as I cast a 5th level guiding bolt when I find where there it is. However, Markul is going to use his reaction to give me a +10 to that roll, making it a 21 to hit.
Fantastic. Clerics working together. You sort of you prepare to cast the spell, and you can hear Markul sort of just uttering a prayer sort of under his breath, giving you the guidance to roll
to the left
21.
a bit of Dokrumir. To the left a bit.
To the left, Rad.
That's
24
right.
No, to the right.
Damage.
24 radiant damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll about do it. You cast this guiding bolt a flash comes from your hand, and this casting at level 5, this quite bright and powerful bolt just flies off through the water. It looks at you with its eyes, looking as if to sort of like look back at you with these sort of flashing eyes of different colours. But then this bolt just slams straight through its face. Blood and guts everywhere. This thing falls back in the water, releasing its hold of Gylndan as it sinks down into the depths.
Oh, I didn't even have to do my cleric tag team, which was Markul and his go was going to cast Guiding Bolt at advantage because I'd already hit it.
You did not. Like you said, you had done quite a bit of damage to this thing, and it thought it could maybe get a quick meal out of you.
What an idiot!
In its defense, it has an intelligence of -3. let's be real.
That's mad that it has the same intelligence as you, Ben.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a bold.
Nick's job interview went well
Wow. Wow. Right.
I'll see myself out.
Oramis
The
gets a
thing
heart
comes
attack
back
and dies.
tonight.
Well, it turns out Oramis forgot how to swim. He drowns.
No,
Without the other party noticing. He drowns quietly.
it sinks to the bottom of the water, and that's pretty much for now.
Well, lads,
That
I hope this island's close because it looks like we're all swimming the rest of the way.
I was about to say, yeah.
We
as,
have heavy armor on, don't we?
You have medium.
Doc does.
I believe. I'm the only one with heavy.
Mazzy has medium. Markul has medium. Oramis
does
has
medium-
light.
Does medium float?
For medium, you need to make a athletics check to either be still in the water or move. The DC is fairly low. However,
Right.
for Doc in heavy armor, he has to make an athletics check to just stay up in the water.
Ben, how
Again,
far are we from the
it's not.
island?
Miles.
Right now, as far as you've gone, I'll say maybe a couple 100 meters.
Oh.
With
Cool.
how long it's been.
I can get there in 1 hour.
I was about to, so, Doc, I can either polymorph you into a shark, or I can polymorph into a shark, and you can ride me to the shore.
Can't you just...
Whenever I'm going down. The water level's like-
Sorry, I can't quite hear you. You're drowning.
Can you just polymorph into something absolutely huge so we can all ride you?
If I change him into a giant shark, yeah. But we're definitely having a rest because this is burning through my spell slots.
Yeah, fair.
Right, I'm gonna polymorph him into a giant shark, and we're all gonna ride him to victory.
Excellent.
Yes, as the ship is going down, the water gets
A
to about your
question.
waistline. Yeah.
A question. Sorry.
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
is this salt water we're in, or is this... is this fresh
is-
water we're in?
Let's say this is fresh water. This is like you're in an underground lake.
Oh, so JJ, how good are your shark skills at, doing fresh water, being a saltwater animal? Just asking for a friend.
I'm sure it will last a couple of 100 meters.
No. I don't know, I just want JJ
Look,
to...
what are you implying? It's going to burn because it's not in salt water. It's going to erupt into flames.
You'll die!
not quickly. Look, he said he's dead regardless.
Fine.
I mean, or you could have just turned into something to fly over the water, but that's cool.
They wouldn't have carried us. I would say it's a shark. How many times am I going to get turned into a shark?
That's a very
Go.
good point.
Okay.
Go.
So, Mazzy and Markul, can you both make me athletics checks? As the
Oh.
boat is sinking, you are going to have to fucking go. Unless, Mazzy, you want to try and use an arrow.
Well, if there's an option not to, because they are quite
There is an
tanky.
option not to, but you will
So
have to
I'm
roll an
using the
athletics
option not
check.
to. Oh no!
How big
And that's
is it?
Mazzy.
Is it a giant shark, Sam?
Yeah.
How big
think
is
it's-
You are,
is a giant
I believe,
huge.
you are I believe you're large. No, you're huge.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Huge.
I believe you are huge. You are as big as one of those crabs.
Okay, can we do the Gylndan plan where everyone just sort of holds on to one of my fins or something?
Okay. Yeah. If
And I'll,
everyone,
it'll be like Jaws, but with extra people. There's like this, dorsal fin sides through the water.
What's the shark's movement speed? Sorry.
I'm about to look that up
just-
now.
Just out of
50
interest.
Yeah, swim 50 feet. Strength +6.
In theory, Oramis can swim faster than the shark.
How?
That is a valid
Well,
point.
Because on my turn, with my bonus action to dash, and swimming costs me no extra movement, so I can move 60 feet in a single turn. And the
What,
shark
with your
can do
dash?
50 with my dash, yeah.
Well, no, but if it
if
uses
it
its
dashes-
dash,
Yeah.
it goes 100.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, but
actually, I can double dash.
you can double dash. That's
So
90
therefore-
feet, which still is as fast as a shark. It's close.
And would also exhaust you in about 18 seconds.
I'm still almost as fast as a shark. So shut it, fat boy.
That was a good
I'm-
point.
I'm
Make
only
me.
taking 3 people to the island.
Yes, so Gylndan obviously casts the spell, turns you into a giant shark. You are a beautiful giant shark.
Oh.
You're
No, he's an ugly giant shark, and it is a horrible thing to watch happen. Him turn into the shark.
Never mind. You turned into a giant shark, and you still retain your scar. You're a weird sort of skin color. So for some reason, you still have your beard, which is just unnerving. Your
When you get
armor has
better at
melded.
polymorph.
No, this is
Your
deliberate.
armor is
Emotions here.
melded.
Also, you're trying to talk to me. You're just making like strangled noises above the water.
And it's just a national.
Why does the shark sound like Stitch?
But Shark, can you make roll me a d20 and add 6?
D20 plus 6.
As that is
That's a
as
15.
that is 15. I'll say you're able to carry everyone with you towards the island. It is a pretty decent going, I'm assuming you... I'd probably say because you got like 3 people holding on to you, you couldn't dash as an action. Because you probably... Or at least you would, but you'd move about the same speed.
I'm moving
But-
I'm not moving that 50
You are.
feet around. With
You are,
a
but
bunch
everyone
of
holding
people
onto your
gripping on.
fin, you're able to sort of maneuver a lot closer to this island. And you notice that the island in question has quite a sort of... so the bit closest... It is cliffed off. So the beach itself spans maybe 100 feet to your left and right. And across sort of all the edges is a sort of quite large rock wall that's cliffed off. But in the distance, you do notice a break, a pathway up from this thing towards the sort of center of the island, towards the tower, the sort of central tower in the middle. As you all sort of get ashore, you're all very, very wet. You're very, very tired. Gylndan, are you ending the polymorph on Doc?
No. yes.
Yeah.
Well, it
you end the
depends. He
polymorph
quite
on
enjoyed
Doc.
being turned into a giant owl, so he might enjoy this. I don't know.
Doc just likes being in the water without drowning.
Doesn't happen often.
You all sort of make it onto the shore, and before you is actually quite a grisly and quite grim scene. Bodies are strewn over this beach. A fair few of them, in the dozens, you could think. A lot of them by now look similar to the ones that were before, except a little worse off, more skeleton-like. It seems like a lot of them have been there for quite a while, except for 1 or 2. One fairly close to you, which seems to be a drow, much like most of the others, who wears this sort of studded leather armor. You can tell he was an elite, but he has been there a couple of days. There is some sort of bloating on the body, his skin fairly sort of gaunt to his face. And it seems that he has a short sword plunged through his chest. His hands still sort of on the short sword. And a little note is tied to a piece of string on the handle, just blowing in this faint wind that blows throughout the cavern. Other than that, on the shore, there are areas where sort of bits of wood and other sort of boats and wreckages have sort of come upon here. Like I said, there's plenty of bodies for you to investigate and explore.
Investigate, go on at 20, please give me all the gold in the world.
Yeah, so if you were to look through a bunch of their bodies, you could find about 13 of this Lolth gold, this sort of underdark gold that you've been finding.
Stick it in the bag, JJ.
And about 10 silver pieces of that variety.
Anything that isn't gold, that's interesting.
There are a few quite finely mated items.
Manual notes, can you just remind
So
me that 13 gold?
13 Lolth gold and 10 Lolth silver.
Thank you. Sorry.
There are also many people with sort of this quite fine studded leather, if anyone wanted to take some of that, one or two of those pieces. And
yeah, I'll take a couple of extra sets because we're building up a collection of these studs that we can potentially turn into something else.
Yeah, you can add two of those full sort of sets of studded leather armor.
What did you call us, Oramis? Oramis is Trading Limited or something like that.
And you also find. So you find this note, and as you look through it, so you sort of tie it off with a bit of string.
Am I picking Nancy up?
And it says...
I don't mind,
think so.
I just want to know.
I wasn't planning on it.
Right, I'll be picking up. That's fine, that's all.
Lovely. And
I love that. I don't mind, I just want to know.
And on the note it says, "My queen, my god, please forgive me. I have been weak. I will not subject myself to the torture of the crones. I will not become their children. Forgive my weakness."
That's interesting choice of name.
The crones.
Caught him off guard with that
The
comment,
crones.
Luke.
Huh?
You caught him off guard with that comment.
I was trying to think you meant the crones.
I will not submit to the
CRONES.
torture of the crones. What was the next bit?
I'll not submit to the torture of the crones. I will not become one of their children.
So obviously we had a good. I had a good rifle through that book. And we had a little look through the library as well. Did the crones come up at all? Could I roll for it?
Make
Or?
a history check. Yeah.
16.
16. So you're looking through the book, and you remember you remember reading. So the dwarves who were allowed towards the Temple of Loth did briefly they saw the glimmering lake in the distance, and they asked if they could go there, but they were told they weren't allowed. No one was meant to go near this lake.
Oh dear.
It is said that, they were told that drow who both pleased and disgusted Lolth were sent to live in exile upon this lake.
Sorry,
They didn't-
How big is
Drow, so 2 drow women who both pleased and disgusted Lolth were sent to live on this lake. Pleased them in their power and their devotion to her, but disgusted her in their look. They were particularly hideous. They were 2 sisters. And they were sent in exile. Like, Lolth was like, I respect you, so I won't have you killed, but I don't want to look at you, so go live on this island, on the lake, and stay there.
How big is the island?
The island that you're on. So I'll take you back to the main map. It's about this one, probably about 1.5 miles, sort of in length and width, from longest
Quite
ends.
big.
Fairly big, yeah. This watchtower is not overly sort of big in terms of like sort of outwards, but sort of height. It's pretty tall in the sort of center of it. You think it, might be a little bit of a trek to get to that watchtower. Also, around you on this beach, there is no other boat for you to get the rest of the way. But congratulations, you moved over another thing.
We must be getting pretty tired by now.
Do you want to try and head to the tower?
I mean, we've got to take a long rest somewhere. The tower seems a good point. The question is, do we think we will be safe enough down here to rest?
No, not this close to the water. I don't know, I'm willing to bet that's not the last crab creature we'll meet.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree, which means we've got to tackle this tower. Before we do so, though, how is everyone looking?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty ill.
I'm pretty good.
I'm alright.
Is it worth 2 level 3 spell slots or just 1?
I won't say I'm quite bad. I took a lot of hits there.
It's probably, if Mazzy and Oramis are good, it's probably only worth 1. So I will cast Aura of Vitality again and do the spam Healy thing. So Gylndan,
Spam Healy
you
thing.
get 15, and then 10.
25.
And then 10.
35.
35.
Oh, I'm up to max.
Okay, and then Marcool gets 12, 13, 7. How many is that now? 1, 2,
12,
3,
13, 7, 20, 32. Which puts him up to full, I believe.
Yes, it does. Right, I'll just put them on full. And how many of those have I used? I've used 7, right? So 1 for Doc to give him 10. That's 8. So I've got 2 more. So 1 for Mazzy, 11, and 1 for Oramis, 10.
Thank you.
Just
Thanks,
to
HP.
round everyone out a little bit. Which puts me 1 off max. That spell is
Sounds
unbelievably
good.
powerful. Especially with my
That is
extra healing.
just a little bit strong.
Oh, and I get extra healing when I cast the spell. But just on the initial cast, which also puts me up to max. Because I get like 5 off.
Hey, look at that.
I get like 5 off the initial casting to myself, so that's better.
Okay.
My plan, if
Cool.
we're ever in dire shit, is to use that in combination with a Beacon of Hope from Marcool, which gives everyone the maximum healing from that.
You hear that, Ben?
Okay.
We're not in trouble.
You're not in
Walking
trouble.
Gods.
You guys are fine. Yeah, you guys are looking pretty
Mazzy
well.
and Oramis were both
you
relatively
spend-
full health. So.
Yeah, I was 4 HP off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's just
you spend this time healing yourselves up, getting yourselves ready and prepared for what potentially lies ahead. The last stretch before you, yeah,
Buff. Buff.
yeah, the last stretch before you head on. Marcool is fairly keen to get some rest. Sort of.
He's had a long day, if you think about it.
Yeah, he has had quite a long
He's
day, and
up and
you can
down.
yeah, and you can see him sort of yawning a little bit, but sort of shuddering himself awake every now and again. All right, lads, if I look like I'm gonna sleep.
Do we take a quick
Slap my
break
ass.
before we-
Works like a charm. Onward.
Should we take a quick break before we head off to the tower?
Yeah.
Probably a good
As
idea.
in-
We
Place
can
to-
do.
As in IRL.
IRL.
We just had our break, Oramis.
What?
vroom vroom across the room to the tower.
I realised when preparing this, I put you guys in a lot of towers.
That's okay.
Well, we're actually
That's
just
because
really-
I'm a pretty
we only-
princess.
Yeah, that was too. We only live in towers.
We only live in towers.
Yeah.
I think it's because, like, just from a D&D point of view, like, if you want players to go in somewhere and really interact with somewhere, if it's like a one-story house, it's kind of like, make a roll. That's it.
Yeah. And towers just have levels already, so it's
Yeah.
easy to like.
Physical
Anyway.
levels and mental levels.
Yes! Sam gets it. Anyway, shall we continue?
Oh, we have been for some time.
Oh, okay.
I was
Hello,
on mute, so
welcome
you didn't hear me
back.
say that we were back, so my apologies.
Oh, that's,
Oh, did you get the bit where I
That's
talked about
really-
my penis?
that's really helpful.
Oh, damn it.
What, that it has levels?
It has levels, yeah.
That's how all 4 players do and Lucy just to unlock them all.
Anyway,
Do you remember those old games where you used to have to remember the password for the
Oh
level?
God, yeah.
yeah, oh my god.
That's OG. That's proper
Maybe I should
OG.
do that with you guys. Like, if you guys just tell me the password, I'll let you fight Tiamat here and now.
I don't want to fight Tiamat here and now.
That's a valid point.
That is the password. Congratulations.
Anyway, so you guys are stood on this beach. The fine grey sand beneath your feet, this glowing water sort of slowly washing up along the way. You've read this note, this horrifying note about some crones that are turning people into their children, it seems. And there are dead bodies sort of all around you. You can see a pathway leading up from this sort of cliffed off beach, this sort of enclosed beach. Are you going to head down there?
We're going to head towards the tower.
Head towards the
Assuming
tower.
we can see it.
Yeah, you can see it from here, and sort of the way this pathway goes does seem to be in that sort of direction.
Okay, lads.
Unless you want to go climbing up the cliff, and then over
That
some
sounds
other
very
way.
dangerous.
Alright, lads. Now is the time. Can we make a quick examination of these bodies? And they're like all definitely dead, Ben.
Make me a medicine check or investigation check.
I basically want to go around and poke them all, see how they wake up.
Yeah.
But I'll roll medicine because I'm better at
Ben
that.
said, in which case, let me put you on this map.
No. No. So you.
Doc, are you
walk
raising an
around
army?
And you are
Oh,
somewhat.
God's sake.
You are examining a lot of them, seeing whether there are any signs of life in any of them. If any of them sort of meet the have enough on them that you think could sort of come back to life, like enough muscle and flesh or whatever to come back alive as these zombies that you've seen. And you don't think for a minute that any are like that, right up until you walk up to one, and just as you get close, it just sort of like, you can just see its head sort of twitch. And this one doesn't have any legs. It seems like it has maybe like half a leg, and then just like a leg which has been sort of dinged off at the hip. And it just sort of turns around with its one sort of gammy arm, just like just
Okay, I'll
swiping
put it
along
out
the
with
floor at you.
my hammer.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no. You're not putting out Miss Mizzy. You're recruiting it.
It's only got one leg, I don't want this one. I want the good ones with 4 limbs.
Yeah, he didn't
Or-
have a very good TV, this one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm afraid so. You've been rejected. Goodbye.
Yeah. How
That's
would
lucky
how would you
feature.
like to deal with it?
Oh, I'm just gonna like smash its skull with my hammer.
Yeah. You just drop down, smash the skull. It is going to roll a con save.
It's not, because I'll do the radiant damage to it.
Never mind, it won't roll the con save. It's dead. Smash its skull. Skull. A sort of bright sort of mist emanates from the sort of crunch of your hammer on its skull, and just sort of.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick 4
on the
hunting
ground.
prospects that look reasonably solid and sound and are definitely dead, and I'm gonna spend 2 minutes animating them.
While he's doing that, can I stand next to
Fucking
Markle
fantastic.
and just say, is this typical cleric work, Mr. Markle?
Yeah, Markle will just walk up to his Dokrumir. What exactly are you doing
I
here?
present to you cannon fodder. Easy chum and baits for traps and what have you.
Dokrumir, you know this is black magic, not something I really want to be getting involved in. I mean, do what you must. We are in dire circumstances, but
This is I admit this is an extreme measure, but it's purely to get us safely through here. Back in Amber on the surface, I would not do this.
Oramis, you trying to cut down one of these things?
Yes. Or Doc, whichever is easier.
Doc, you begin casting the spell, and just after the sort of 2 minutes you finish casting the spell, you see these sort of 4 bodies sort of just slowly sit up, and then with a shadow blade, Oramis just comes up and no slash knocks on back down. It will roll a con save, which it passes. You smash it back down, but it sort of just slowly rises back. What do they rise as? Zombies or skeletons?
Well, it depends whether they're like fleshy enough to be zombies, basically.
These are somewhat fleshy enough. I'll say the ones you picked out are fleshy enough to be zombies.
Yeah, I will take a defensive stance in front of them and go, no, we need them.
No, we don't. You're a bad
This
person.
zombie is just sort of rubbing his head where Oramis sort of smashed him with the shadow blade.
Well,
if I knew they had
into this unknown fucking tower that Gylndan has just told us contains 2 people that were too powerful for Loth to kill.
Absolutely.
Alright, you
Not necessarily powerful enough for Loth to kill, but they had power and a respect for her which she admired. Therefore, she kept them alive. Loth is a god, it seems.
Well, yeah,
I
know,
wouldn't.
but
Well,
I'm just,
not a god, but
that is how I interpret it. I'm just making the point that
yeah.
were so powerful that Loth respected them and didn't want to kill them. I think we need a little bit of cannon fodder.
Dokrumir, do you have full control of them?
I absolutely do, yes.
That's good enough for me then.
They can also stand guard over in the evenings if we have to rest. Or
Okay.
if you would prefer, when we rest, I will send them away.
On the notice.
When you send them away, do they literally just go flop down to being dead?
Let's say yes.
Oh, we're back. Yep.
I think we just go. We do. This is not typical circumstances. We can go out of our remit as guardians here slightly. I think.
All right.
Never thought
Well,
I'd see the day that I was the principled one of the party.
Oh, you're still rest very firmly on Gylndan and or Mazzy's head.
Well, unfortunately,
Hey.
right now I have to agree with Sir Oramis over here, but I also agree.
Sir, let's cut that shit out right now.
Don't you talk to him like that.
No.
Unprecedented circumstances. I will take your lead. You take the lead. Whatever. Just keep them far away from me. And as he sort of says that, he definitely keeps a hand on his flail, sort of very,
On his tail.
very wary. Flail. He doesn't have a tail. Dragonborn don't have tails. That's stupid, I know, but it's true.
I think half dragons have tails.
Half dragons have tails. Dragonborns do not,
Yeah.
which is
Weird.
stupid.
I always
I think
imagined
they
them
should.
with tails.
Yeah,
Their butt now is just in my head now seems really small if you cut the tail off.
yeah.
Let's all take a moment to think about
Anyway.
petite dragonborn butts.
Anyway,
Scaly
you head
and firm
towards the
like
path.
mutton.
I'm assuming you're having the zombies go forward, go in front of you.
Walk in single file, about sort of 5 feet apart from each other. So they're about 20 feet, spaced out about 20 feet ahead of us. Just walking up, so that if they trigger anything, if anything goes off, it happens to the zombie and not to one of my now slightly less friends.
I'll say for the purposes of this, the zombies that you have, do you have the zombie stat block?
Oh, yeah.
Use the one from the zombie stat block.
Yeah.
Because I've got my ones written down on a bit of paper.
Yeah,
and that's
I like to think, JJ, you got them. You can just hear this music in the background. Thriller, thriller.
Oh yeah, the situation needed a bit of levity, so they are also can all the way up.
These zombies are somewhat walking in a strut-like fashion, in a little bit of a can going on as you're heading up towards.
Can we call one
as much as he.
Absolutely not. I'm not naming a skeleton after Angus. That's putting bad juju out into the universe. Things will happen to Angus if you do that.
Mama Juju.
Still yet to make an appearance.
He is. Markle, as much as he hates it, is enjoying the levity of them dancing their way up the quite narrow,
that's actually
quite
happening.
daunting corridor. I don't know. Is it?
No,
is it happening?
happening?
Okay, in which case, Markle
It's really-
is
look, this
the
is-
fuck away from them.
This is a very serious situation,
I will
I
also
think.
take the lead at the head of the fight.
Cool.
The zombies.
You head up through the pathway, and as you're sort of going through the pathway, almost immediately to your left, there. Hello. As you're sort of going up, you can see a body, another drow body, recently deceased and covered in blood. And it seems that written in his blood, just next to him, it says, "I will not let them drown me." Very
Jerry.
weird and kind of eerie, but whatever. Seems he's taken his own life as well. You can see through all the blood and stuff, there is a dagger sort of impaled into his chest. Continuing on up the path, and the further inland you go, you get the further inland you get, the darker the path becomes, as the glimmering lights of the lake don't seem to reach you from here. The ground is hard like rock, but occasionally sloppy like a bog or swamp. As you travel, you hear a cry from the tower, a humanoid sort of scream. It echoes throughout the cave very, very briefly, only for a couple of seconds, and then stops. As you travel a little further, you can hear the sound of running water like a river. The path opens up before you to this place. Just
Oh, he has a map.
here. I have a map.
Is that the tower?
That is indeed the tower there, yes.
Ah. It's a bit shit.
That is the bottom floor that you can see. It does rise up quite high. The only floors that are still left somewhat standing, it seems, are the bottom floor, the second to top floor, and the top floor. It's a pretty high building, maybe 3 or 4 stories high.
Get
everything. Well, I don't know. How do you get up to the top? There's no lights from up there. There doesn't seem to be anything up there. In fact, as far as you're aware, at the minute, there's nothing around you. I'll just grab you a little couple of things from your for your skeletons. No, there's zombies.
The
here.
Jackson 4.
Jackson 4.
I could have raised more, but I figured 2 4th level spell slots for 4 skeletons was quite a price.
That is fair. There's one.
That's Angus. That's Daviak.
Oh,
That's Vinicius.
Actually, they're called Gary, Nevado, Mittens, and Balsanor.
That's fair. The B team.
Oh god, I need to make these controlled by Doc.
I wonder who would win in a 4v4 on that.
Dark.
On that one,
Hmm.
Controlled by Dark.
So, B team versus A team.
Oh, us. We can out-heal them by a long shot.
Well, we are both of them, so us is sort of...
Original party.
You think?
Yeah, but you may not.
Again,
You may not get the opportunity.
Like when we
to
did the
heal.
PvP, then I won because I out-healed you, not because I necessarily out-damaged it.
I guess it depends on the map. Yeah, if it's a map where you can heal, we'd do quite well. But like, if it's close quarters, I think when you got people like Nevado, Balzanor could just spell for fun, and then Giri's obviously a bit of a machine, and then just the support of Mittens. Oh, I think it'd be tight.
Be tight, bruh. Anyway, you head up this path.
Is this broken out at the bottom, Ben? Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, so it looks like it's missing a chunk of wall. The tower.
Yes. Yeah. So the tower here is missing a quite large chunk of the wall. You can see sort of all the insides up to the sort of top of the tower. Around you are these mushrooms and quite beautiful. It is quite a serene area. The sort of the glowing mushrooms and everything, giving the area a quite light luminescence. And as you're approaching this bridge, which does sort of go very sort of up and over in a very, very long arc, as you head over to the bridge, Doc, a woman appears before you.
Oh shit.
Not a crone per se, but actually still a fairly old woman. She looks like she had some beauty back in her day. She is a drow. She has this sort of quite fine white hair thing back into a ponytail. She wears a quite nice green dress. I just grabbed the first old lady thing I could find. Old lady token I could find, and she seems to sort of slowly sort of hobble over, a little basket in her hand, just sort of, oh, guests, hello, hi, who are you?
Doc, do you want me to take this?
We are some weary travellers. Who might you be?
Oh, my name is Irma.
Irma Thurman.
Irma Glimmerskin.
Close, Oramis.
We have not had visitors for quite a while. You all look tired. Oh, you must be so hungry. Have you all eaten today? Are you all well fed, young gentlemen? Carrying all that armor and things around.
I think we're just passing through, just looking for some shelter.
Oh, shelter! We have shelter. You come to our tower.
Who's we?
Oh yeah. Oh, me and my sister. Lovely woman. A bit of a.
I'll just
bit of a.
go up to Doc and just tap him a little bit. Just say, I'm not sure about this.
What's your sister called?
My sister, Edna Glimmerskin. Strange sense of humour on Edna, but there we are.
Tell me, Uma, and how did a fair maid such as yourself come to be in this deserted island?
You see, we have a boat on the other end of the island. I'm assuming you came from the main bay. We come here every now and again. It's where our parents brought us as children.
Okay.
It brings back fond memories. I know this place is not what it used to be, but it has a dear place in our hearts.
Can I just kind of play insight check basically everything she's saying?
Yeah, sure. Roll an insight check. As far as you're aware, she does seem to be quite truthful. She is a quite nice woman, it seems. She definitely doesn't look like she has any sort of muscle or anything on her to be some kind of, I don't know, anything. And she does seem to be quite passionate when she says it's a place that's very, very close to her and her sister and things like that. It's definitely it's definitely something that's quite passionate and dear to her heart, as far as you're aware.
I'm going to start walking towards her.
Why? Far away?
I'm
yes.
going with her. Going with her. She said, "Let's go have some
Yes.
dinner and shit."
Yes, come up. I believe Ed was making supper. It is around supper time. You could come. You could join us. We love having.
Can I see Oramis going off and just again tend to stop and just say, "Are we really doing this?"
I do not trust this one bit.
No, I don't either.
No,
I'm going to
neither.
cast Detect Good and Evil.
Detect good and evil.
Yeah, which I will pop for your benefit.
For the duration, you know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you,
Well, we know there's
as
four.
well
I
as
think I found some undead.
as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. Spell can penetrate most barriers, which is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. There are no aberrations. What's the 30 feet of you?
Yeah.
There are no aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, fiends, or
She's not within
undead.
30 feet of
He's
you.
got you on a technicality there, JJ.
30
I'm
feet.
going to move, like, casting this, I'm then going to move so that I am, within 30 feet of her.
To going to cast it again.
No, it's concentration 10 minutes. So
Fuck.
while it's up, I'm just going to stop, because Oramis has gone over there, so I'll just cast the spell and just be like, okay. And just start walking towards it.
No. There are none of these things near you.
I don't like your wording on that.
Yeah,
bit.
that's an absolute. That's such a bait, but I'm going with it.
Oh, you have to.
I'm following.
It's concentration for 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
I've got it.
Can I? Can I? Wait.
Waiting.
Can I offer to take her arm?
Oh, I hope you burn. I hope you get burned.
Oh.
Can I also hold an action if I am damaged to concealed blade her with my other hand?
Yeah.
So I'm offering her a friendly arm, but if she's attacks me as a reaction, I attack her back.
She. Yeah. She'll take your arm. You sort of reach out and you're like, such a gentleman. Very strong arms. Oh, ladies must love you, hey?
Yeah,
To be young again. I wouldn't need help up these bloody stairs.
If only you were 40 years younger.
It's not stopped you before. Can I just ask her, my lady, you surely don't mean this tower? No one could be living in this tower.
Oh no! We don't live here. We really live in Theisphera.
Where's
Drow,
that?
of course. Theisphera, the elven, the Drow city down here. But we come here on holidays sometimes. Change up the routine, and on particular days where we miss our parents very, very dearly and deeply. As she makes her way closer and towards this place.
His little platoon.
That's right.
Doing the fucking conga line.
Well, this is how I said I was moving them, so like if anything goes off, then...
I know we said we're suspicious of her, but surely for her, do you not think 5 people with 4 zombies just dancing in front of them is not a tall dodge?
Alright, well, I'll bunch them off as we're going in.
From around the corner, around this corner, from around sort of this corner here, you hear some sort of rustling, some movement, and then appears another woman. It seems they are somewhat twins. They look
somewhat
twins. They are twins. It
They're
seems
kind
they
of
look
twins,
very, very similar.
but not really.
They look
Same
very, very
dad,
similar.
different mama.
Except this one walks with a little bit more vigor. She seems to sort of step up onto the stone. It seems just fine. Walk sort of over. Oh, Edna, you, Irma, even. I'm Edna.
Venture.
You brought some friends along. Who are these fine young gentlemen? Oh, who are they? I believe we've prepared enough of a meal for all of them. You know I'm terrible with portioning. Can
we see their faces?
Yeah. You can see their faces.
They are like human, or are they drow?
They are drow. They are very elderly drow women who clearly sort of look as if they had some beauty about them once before, but now it's a lot of wrinkles, a lot of sort of
like
things like that.
I like the idea that this woman was making dinner for two and has over catered so much she can feed 6.
Well,
look at the zombies.
Simple. Well, you see, young rogue. Simple adjustments to the spell, really. She sort of rubs her hands together and, with a sort of blow of air through her hands, suddenly this sort of mist appears over the table, and as the mist evaporates, a gorgeous buffet before you: turkey, chicken, bowls of potatoes, sort of vegetables, gravy, all the sort of stuff you'd want. Glasses of wine, glasses of ale, like flagons of beer, things like that, all sort of appear over this table. There are chairs here. I just didn't want to include them because dragging and dropping loads of chairs on there it's just not
Are
for
we all
fun.
taking a seat?
I mean,
Please,
really trust this food.
have a seat. What?
Well, just wait for them to eat first. It's only polite. There are guests. There are guests. There are hosts.
Other way round.
Please, take seats if you would. We were not expecting so many guests. Your friends are looking a little under the weather.
They haven't eaten for a while. They're quite hungry.
Yes, I can definitely see that. Yes, please take a seat and enjoy. Enjoy this bountiful feast. I will say this brown bit is actually the table. So like that's the table. The bit underneath it is a very, very tattered red rug.
I'm not going to touch any of the food, Ben.
Not going to touch any of the food.
One of my zombies take some food.
How insulting.
1 second.
Matt, do you want to come inside?
They're immune to poison, Ben. But other than that,
Excellent suggestion.
just
Can I summon my closet?
one of the zombies, sort of, you can see, just sort of looks down. He doesn't have great dexterity to pick up a fork and knife, so he just sort of grabs a chicken leg and just he seems fine to eat it. One of the old women, they sit sort of on either end of the table, and
don't trust this at all.
They both sort of pick up a knife and fork and cut off a little bit of chicken each for themselves and take a nice slice. Oh, very nicely done today. You didn't burn it like last time. Oh, yes.
And then, how are you feeling about eating with these people? Is this a course of action we should be taking?
I don't think so. I'm gonna try an angle, and I'm sorry if this doesn't work, but we'll go there. My good ladies, I wonder if you could help us we're here on a little bit of a journey ourselves, actually.
Where are you off to? We did think you gentlemen aren't commonly seen out in these parts. Maybe in the City of Outsiders, sure, but not down here.
I'm gonna just flatly say the Temple of Lolth, and then I want an insight check on their reaction to that.
Okay.
20.
And that is a very, very good insight check.
It's just
very,
man.
very much concerned. Obviously, you know pretty much most drow, if not all drow, are very devoted to Lolth anyway, but yeah, there's a fair bit of concern when you say the Temple of Lolth, especially you guys being outsiders, and Edna just sort of looks up like, oh, huh, long travel, why? Why would people such as yourselves be going to the Temple of Lolth, armored as you are?
I've told you the reason why we're here. I think it's time for you to be honest with us as well.
We have been perfectly honest with you. We are sisters. This is where we.
I've no doubt your sisters,
believe us.
Uma or Edna. However, I would like to know why you're really here.
Why, but do you people in the upper world treat people like this? Is this how you all just treat everybody?
Can I cast? Oh no! Don't. No, I don't want to do that.
Well, travellers must be careful wherever they go. Such kindness as this is not common without an ulterior motive where we come from.
Oh, well, where we come from, down here, the Lady Lolth suggests everyone be kind, especially to outsiders and strangers, make them feel welcome. These are tenets we all believe in.
If you say this is somewhere you come on holiday, how was my and you feel safe here? How was my friend able to raise 4 dead from the beach we came from?
Well, I never said it was a good holiday location. The creatures on this lake are vile. They're monstrous. I mean, you yourself saw what that crab did to your ship.
So why are you here then?
So
and I'm gonna press hard.
Hold on, you just skipped over something here, Sam. How do you know that we've just been attacked by a crab? Or was it just a
Mazzy, make a wisdom save.
Oh no.
As you sort of watch as one of them just sort of like they look at each other very, very briefly. One of them slams the fork she has down on the ground. Oh, I think that does just pass. Yes.
Oh.
You watch as Edna slams her knife on the table after sharing a brief look, realizing that they're somewhat fucked up here. And you see this very, very faint... Actually, you see this very, very faint sort of glimmer of the face that is there sort of morphs briefly into a very different and much darker face altogether. Still drow, but nowhere near as beautiful and nowhere near as nice. And you get the feeling, Mazzy, that some kind of magic washed over you, and you're able to sort of shrug it off. You felt it, and as a sort of like reaction to feeling this kind of magic over you, you managed to shrug it off very, very quickly. Edna, still trying to maintain things. Calm down. No need for. What is it? Oh, please, gentlemen. I apologize about my sister. Can we not all just have a lovely meal? We saw you from up here. We were down on the beach not too long ago. A horrible place, yes, but it is where our poor parents passed.
Oh, give over, yeah.
I think.
Oh, Luke's been chopped.
I'm just gonna say. I think I've lost my appetite.
Oh, that's a good one-liner. And then follow it up with the sword swing.
And then follow it up. As I'm quite close to Purple, I'm going to get my sword out and put it to her face, or to her, across her. Not really taking an attack.
Okay.
But then say, what are your true intentions?
Okay, so just a sort of a quick thing of events. So she's obviously said this. She's seemed very, very upset But Doc, with your insight, you can tell she is lying out of her fucking ass. There are hints where she's sort of looking at her sister, and you can almost tell like she's like, just before she said that, she had to sort of like look around really, really quick, almost as if she was thinking of a lie, very, very briefly. And then you could see the sort of spark moment where she found one, and then played it off. And anyone not looking at that exact moment might have actually been fooled, but you were able to not. At which point, Mazzy, you quickly get up your sword.
Is that
I would. Well, this is what the sort of green one.
Okay, so they separately
was doing. So yeah, while that's all going on, Mazzy just unsheaths the sword, puts it to the purple one, Irma's neck, and you ask what are your true intentions. At which point, you just sort of can all look over and you never should have come here. None of you know to leave us alone.
We
and
have
with that,
to quarrel with you. Okay, so you're carrying on. Yep.
We'll roll a very quick initiative, as it seems that Edna is charging something up in both of her hands.
Oh boy! Initiative rolls? No. Oh, finally.
Do I get an attack of opportunity because I do have my blade to her throat?
He
did act that out. He did prepare himself.
Yeah.
I will say. What's your passive perception?
I'm ahead of you.
Sorry.
Where the fuck am I? Where's my D20?
12.
I've lost the D20. I guess we can't play, guys. Sorry. Jokes. 12. 12. I'd have said you would, out of the corner of your eye, see a very, very brief spark of light from a hand, or from somewhere at the very, very end of the table. Whether that means you think you would take the attack or keep holding the attack is up to you.
So wait, there's so many of them. Which one's the orange? Is that her? The one at the table. She's the one casting.
So the green one is casting.
Oh, it's green. Oh, okay, yeah.
I will
yeah. So
my zombies
so
no longer inside people.
Yeah, fair enough.
What do you want to do about their initiative?
their initiative, I will say they go directly after you.
Directly after me. Okay.
Sam.
Yeah, just makes things so much easier.
Yeah, no problem.
So initiative, we have.
Sam, do you want to roll a d6 to decide who goes first in the initiative order?
16.
Because we both got 12.
Oh, I think it'll probably be you. You got higher in Dex modifier, I imagine.
Yeah, but we can just roll a straight d6.
Oh lord.
Oh, you want to gamble it, do you? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think we know what Oramis is
By the
rolling.
way, Doc is a 7.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
3.
I'll roll a 6. So.
Oh yeah.
That's out of character. We didn't just take time to roll. I know we're about to get blitzed to bits, but I'll just roll my dice.
Hold on, ladies. Can we just roll a quick dice to see which one of us
Just go first.
Anyway, my
3 again. I'll go first.
my reaction will probably then be to go behind purple, but haven't still not enough because I feel as if I'm taking a hostage. So that any spell would attack on me would go.
All right, make me a just straight strength check, which she will oppose to try and you're effectively trying to grapple her.
Strength save or strength?
Just strength check. Straight strength.
Matt, I don't want to say this is
I
important for your
mean,
pride.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
The thing is, right? She rolled a natural 20, but there is no way an old woman can beat a 23. So congrats, yeah, you've gone up behind
It is a crit, though.
your sword to her throat. It is a crit, but for ability checks,
Crit isn't an auto success on ability checks.
yeah.
There we go.
So hold on, so that goes
Gutting for her.
Oramis, Gylndan, Markul, Doc, Mazzy. Unfortunately, it It is their turn first.
Oh,
No.
yuck.
Surely she can't just have an attack on me while I've got her in this position.
Is she grappled?
Do it.
No, so I'll say
Purple,
you've moved very, very quickly behind here.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't move myself, yeah.
At which point, grappling her,
I've got her, like...
No, she doesn't have to make any save. So at which point, actually, she will. Oh, one thing I meant to say is, actually, no, I'm not going to say that. Never mind.
Thanks,
Oh,
Sam.
your facts. Your facts. That's what I was going to say.
No, I think everyone is going to make for me a wisdom saving throw.
How about a little camp spell on that one?
Huh? What
How about a
level?
little... 4!
Oh boy!
4?
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's the spell? No, that does it.
Cancels it. Oh, yes.
Cancelled it. She seems to sort of Edna, the green one, seems to sort of conjure something in her hand with these motes of light. But yeah, Gylndan, you're very, very quick to counter spell and easily take down this spell of hers. Oh, at which point, Irma, who is currently grappled by Mazzy, she still can cast spells. And she is...
I wouldn't recommend it for her, because my blade could accidentally slip.
Oh, fuck it.
That's very threatening.
Can everyone make another wisdom saving throw?
Oh.
For what? Oh, behave.
It is good. Can't see them.
I got
They're all
23,
looking good so far.
which is an up 20.
Oh,
Fuck off! The 2 clerics, +7 and +8.
2 clerics, +7 and +8.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Get in.
All you need
Michael
is
has definitely
3.
failed with a nat 1, but Doc has probably also failed with a fucking... I don't
His
think
last day
There's
is
a
never
16
ending, Markle.
There's a 16...
Unfortunately, 16 passes, just.
Good.
But unfortunately, Doc and Markul, you are both now under the effect of the spell Fear. You project a phantasmal image of the creature's worst fears. Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed in a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever it is holding and become frightened for the duration. While frightened by the spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest possible route on each of its turns, unless there is nowhere to move. The creature ends its turn in a location... if the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, aka her, the
All the
creature
zombies are
can
also
make
afraid.
wisdom saving throws. Oh, lovely.
Can zombies be afraid?
Yeah, they're not
I actually
used to the
don't-
frightened condition, so yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, all the zombies are also afraid. So you, Markul, and all the zombies have to spend your turn taking the dash action as far away from them as you possibly can, by the safest route you possibly can. When you're out of line of sight of her, you can then make a save against the spell.
Cool.
Oh, is that your zombie rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wank.
that's
That's
That is
wank.
wank. That is
That
wank.
first, but also they have a modifier, so it's actually -1788.
Oh god.
Wow.
And
So
I
are
think
Doc and Mark all
terrible.
scared?
Yeah.
Doc and Markul are
So
both
have you
dead, yeah.
dropped your hammer and your shield?
They've dropped everything.
Oh,
As
God.
long as they were holding them.
I mean,
Yeah, I think Markul, yeah.
I mean,
probably holding
were
his
you
flame
still
and
eating
stuff.
your dinner?
I mean, I don't think any of us have touched them.
Very true. Yeah.
Or you just turn around to see Oramis gobbling.
For the purpose of, like, kind of playing this off, like, oh yes, 4 of us are eating, 4 of us are just having a chat.
Nice.
That's a
So
nasty
that-
spell if a lot more of us had failed.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is their
6
turn.
out of 9 of us have failed, that's pretty bad.
I don't count the zombies.
Well, they
Oramis.
don't count you either.
That's fair. I'll
Unless it's
just...
in their lunchbox.
Right, so it is my turn, correct?
Yes.
Right, so these zombies and everything around me.
Yes.
And here. They haven't run away yet, but they will have to on their
They haven't run away yet, but they will do on their turn, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I'll make the most of that then. Can I move into this zombie space? I don't know how it works.
You can move into its space, but you can't end your turn there.
Okay, so can I attack
As
it
long
in
as
space?
as long as it lets you move into its space. Yeah.
Do you mind if I just move in here?
Yeah, I absolutely do. You try to attack one of my zombies, get the fuck away.
I'm fine.
Oh, all right.
Fine. I won't help you. I'm going to go over here and murder Mazzy's hag instead.
Murder Mazzy's hag instead.
Not
Roll
really
to
like
hit.
Sentient creatures anymore. They're probably not going to move for you. Also, I have to tell them what to do. So.
So first of all, concealed blade. Bonus
Concealed
action.
blade. Roll to hit. 17 hits. Yep. And 3 piercing damage.
Oh, that's awful.
Don't forget
That
sneak
is-
attack.
Don't forget sneak attack. Never forget
46.
sneak attack.
Oh my.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. Because they're now concentrating on a spell,
They just disappear.
they just disappear, and instead, this lady's here.
Grim.
Let's get close.
Oh, what is that?
Get your hands off of that, Mazzy.
That is a disgusting hag.
Does that transform in Mazzy's
can I-
grip?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you
It
see it? Or
literally does. There's not much change because their sort of main form is the same. It's mainly just their sort of. She's now a little bit more hunched over, and her face is now horrid, just
Honey, look
horrifying.
Look what we're fighting. Look at that. It's like you in the morning.
Do I get attacked?
Oh,
My
damn.
wo-
We're about to
well,
witness a
well,
murder.
Sam's going to be looking for an apartment soon.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
so
Ben, do you want to move in
comfortable.
together?
Oh, mate, more than you will ever know.
Oh, that's cute.
Um,
That is cute.
right, do I get an attack of opportunity on her if she?
Oh,
doesn't-
you said that you were going to use your action to grapple her and go up behind her.
yeah, but that
So I'll
was
say for
on
the
her
purpose.
previous move, wasn't it? No, that was.
That was on the
moved.
start of the thing. She hasn't moved,
Oh, yeah, I know, but her
therefore she
action-
can't. No, it would then need to be your turn
Okay.
to do
So I've,
another sort
okay,
of
I've just
action
been
against
shocked by
her.
the time by what's
Yeah,
happened. in front of me.
yeah. In your hands, this woman has changed into quite a ghastly creature. So Oramis, you've concealed bladed her, dealt a decent bit of damage as you've sort of slashed right into her side. While
Should I try a con save?
thing by Mazzy, she does have to make a con save, but unfortunately, she gets a natural 18, so she is fine. I will stick the little stop clock on so you can see. But the Shadow Blade, unfortunately, does not hit, as you are
I
unable to.
I rolled a 2 there.
Rolled a 2 and got a 10. That's pretty good, but unfortunately, she sort of sees you coming and elegantly shifts out of your way. At the end of your turn, she's going to do something very, very new here on this channel. Something called a legendary action,
Oh,
ladies and
shit.
gentlemen.
We're in the big league
Legendary
now, boys.
actions.
How do we
Legendary
get
actions, for those of you that don't know, are basically actions that certain creatures, legendary creatures, can spend outside of their turn to keep sort of action economy up. They only get it. It's not like a regular action. There are prefixed things that they can do, and they only get a certain amount of them per round. It's not like they can do one like after every single turn. It's like usually it's like 2 or 3 or something like that. And she is going to use hers to attempt to move, which will be an opposed strength check against Mazzy again.
Yeah, it's usually they
So,
get sort of
roll.
3 legendary, like 3 uses of legendary actions. But sometimes legendary actions like cost 2 uses.
Yeah. That's a
She ain't
strength
going
save,
anywhere.
Matt. Roll a strength check.
Oh, I thought that was a save. Oh, okay, sorry. I say.
Yeah, only because your strength save has +8, but your strength
Yeah,
check
it
only
does.
has +4, and that's
Can you just
crazy.
Can you just
Doesn't
hit the...
matter.
No,
It-
it doesn't matter.
roll the exact same thing. If she rolls less than a nat 20, she's done 4. She rolled a 4. Never mind. She ain't moving.
That was such a scary legendary action.
Gylndan, it is now your turn. You counterspelled Miss Lady.
I did. I've got to be honest. I thought we'd have had a rest at this point, so I'm dangerously low on spell slots. So I've got to try and use them wisely, I think. So, with that in mind, level 5 fireball.
You've used them pretty well, I think, so far. You haven't been as fruitless
Yeah, I've been
as you sometimes have been.
Earlier, I was a young man back then, Dokrumir. I've learned a lot on my travels, and I'm
Yeah, you just learned the
Much more
magic
sensible.
missile spell, and you're like, oh, I've got to fire it all everywhere.
you could do it, but it would just be so boring. I'd like someone to go back through and count how many magic missiles I've fired off in this whole campaign, because I reckon it's a scary
And
amount.
then total
It
damage.
is a worrying
Yeah.
amount.
Right.
But it is also a wizard staple with consistent damage.
Yes, that's true.
And multiple hits, which is good.
What to do?
I mean, magic missile.
I'm also
We've
thinking.
given enough hints in the last few conversations there. Well, you should.
Did somebody say magic missile?
Whistling birds, actually.
Whoever said magic missile, your mom's a hoe.
No, she's a lovely lady.
Can I cast Big B's hand, please, Ben?
You can, of course, cast Big B's hand, Sam. Put the spell description in the chat. I know it is a long-ass spell description, but just to see what happens
I'm ready for some light
on
reading.
my front.
Oh shit!
Yeah, good large.
Give me
Okay,
my
so
hand.
it's a large hand, so just drag yourself or Chikara into the thing,
I don't want to.
I'll use that as the thing for Bigby's hand. Okay,
I don't know how
So
big it
that-
is.
It's a pretty big hand.
it is a large hand. It says you create a large hand of shimmering, translucent force in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. The hand lasts for the spell's duration and moves at your command, mimicking the movements of your own hand. Hand is an object that's an AC 20 and hit points equal to your hit point maximum. If it drops to 0 hit points, the spell ends. Strength of 26, dexterity of 10. The hand doesn't fill its space when you cast the spell on bonus action on your subsequent turns. You can move the hand up to 60 feet. Clenched fist, the hand strikes one creature within 5 feet of it, make a melee spell attack, 48 force damage. Forceful hand attempts to push a creature. Grasping hand, grapple a huge or smaller creature. Cool, that's all stuff we can work out. Yes, you have created Bigby's hand, which looks an awful lot like you.
It's a me.
There we go. Hand.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'm gonna. That's a cool icon. Can it? Who's there? There's a zombie there, isn't there?
Yes, but it doesn't. Your thing does not fill a space.
Okay,
It
that's
says.
good then.
So I believe you can just
Literally
sort of
put it
stick it anywhere.
Yeah. Can I? Where is it? It says it here somewhere. It could do so much. Can I do a grasping hand, which is a grapple a huge or smaller creature within 5 feet of it? Use the hand strength score to resolve the grapple. If the target is medium or smaller, you have advantage on the check. While the hand is grappling the target, you can use a bonus action to have the hand crush it. When you do so, the target takes bludgeoning damage equals 2d6 plus your spellcasting modifier. When
Okay.
it's grappled, does that give some sort of a disadvantage to the hag as well?
If it's grappled, its speed becomes 0.
Okay.
That is it.
Right, I'm going to grapple her then.
Is that an action to do that? Like an action by you to do that? Because you've used your action to conjure the hand.
Yeah, it says at the top, it says you can create a large hand. Whereas when you cast a spell and as a bonus action on your subsequent turns, you can move the hand up to 60 feet and cause one of the following effects.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so you can attempt to grapple her. Roll to grapple her. It goes by the strength of +8. So roll me d20 and add 8.
With advantage because she's smaller than me.
With advantage because she's medium or smaller.
So 16.
Just nuts.
Or 25.
Or 25. She can't physically get higher than that, so yeah, sure. Congratulations.
Can I
she's now
crush
grappled.
on the same turn?
I-
Oh, this is so long. You can use a bonus action to have the hand crush it. So could I use a bonus action on this turn to have the hand crush it?
Yeah, I guess it's an action to cast the spell and make it thing, and then a bonus action to crush. So yeah. Roll the damage for crushing it.
So it takes.
I'm assuming there's nothing. Yeah. Plus your spell casting.
4, I think.
Yeah.
2d6 plus 4. Oh
6.
boy!
6 damage.
And then
just do that on that one.
Can I get out of this room? Is the wall that broken?
Yeah, like anywhere. So see this like purple wall around the edge. That is a literal wall. On the places where that isn't there, you can move through that freely.
Is the rubble sort of? I would call it probably difficult terrain, but you can easily just walk up and down it.
Yeah, you can easily walk over it, up it, down it, anything like that. I'm not going to say it's difficult terrain.
Cool, brilliant.
So I'm gonna go here.
Gonna go there.
Awesome. And as I'm leaving, I'm just gonna shout, "Go get him, guys!"
Awesome.
Same here. It's a really strong party, and it looks like it's just going to be me and Oramis going, "Yeah."
That's all we need, Mazzy. That's all we need.
Markul will spend his turn to
Get
go
the fuck out of here.
20, 25,
60 feet away.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But then you can make a wisdom save, right?
As long as he's not within view of them, which I'd say at the minute, he's halfway down the stairs if he was looking.
I mean, he's down 2 sets of stairs.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'll say, yeah, he can make the wisdom save against their spell save. But he still fails.
Run,
Markul
boy,
will
run.
be running the fuck
When
away.
do you have to make the wisdom save? So, for example,
It
is it
is-
at the end of your turn?
If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you,
Okay,
the creature can make a wisdom saving throw.
End of turn. Okay. No, that's fine.
End of turn. Cool.
Yeah.
Doc! I'm imagining a similar situation here.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh shit! So I wouldn't have left. Well, yeah, I forgot you two were scared.
Yeah, literally, it's just me and Oramis.
Everyone's running
And
the
my
fuck
giant
away.
hand.
Oh, sorry.
30. And then Doc himself goes an extra 5, 10, because he's got. I've moved the zombies as well because.
That's cool.
Yeah, because so
Yeah, that's cool.
wisdom save.
Make a...
Alright, so I make
For you.
5.
You pass.
Alright, and
So are you
Can you
snapped out
then
of it now?
tell the zombies to
3,
stop being
4.
scared?
So 0, 1, 14, 8 for the zombies.
None of them pass.
Cool.
So do you
That
then not
minus
have
2
control of
is-
them until they pass, basically?
Doc has no control over his zombies. They
Right.
will spend their turns running the fuck away.
Cool.
Well, at least Marco's got company.
At least he's got a friend.
Yeah.
You got a friend in me.
Fuck me.
You got a friend in me, boy. Mazzy. It is
Finally we get
your
the
turn.
nat 1 initiative. I'm just simply going
Oh, actually, hold on 1 second. After Doc's turn, one of them is going to take a legendary action because they still have 2 left.
they're
apologies.
both grappled, aren't
They are currently both grappled, but that means they can both cast spells. And what are they going to do here? They're going to...
they? They're going to run away? First shot.
Where Who's doing this? I think it's Edna's doing this, and she doesn't really like the thought of. Okay, Gylndan, can you make me a Constitution saving throw,
What?
please?
How is she seeing me?
The green one.
Yeah.
I'd say from the corner of her square.
No,
she can see the
no.
bar. She can see. No, actually, no. Never mind. Yeah.
That was very deliberate.
All right then, Mazzy. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Sorry, Matt.
Cheers.
Matt, if you die, I'm going to feel dreadful.
15. That is very, very sad. You unfortunately fail, and will take a bunch of necrotic damage.
Cheers.
What's the bunch? 4,
6, 10. That is 17 necrotic damage.
Oh, okay, this is not the spell I thought it was.
Ouch.
And you notice as you take this necrotic damage, the wounds on both of them seem to heal a little bit.
Oh dear.
Just a little bit
them.
each.
Right. Ah, shit.
Just a little bit each. So that's 17, 16, which is 8 each. So that's actually. And that is actually. Oh, she's back. She's back. She's back to full health.
The Markle goes before me.
It does. Mazzy, now it is your turn.
Save out of it, but I can't.
Right.
Wait, who's up to full health? Green. I did only do,
Green.
I did only do like 2 damage, so didn't I?
Right, I'm going here, and then I am.
You have a grappled, so I'll say you have advantage on the roll.
Okay. Well, if I'm moving there,
two.
I've got advantage anyway with Oramis.
Yeah.
Just checking. Yes, I've got Hunter's Mark, so I shall use my Hunter's Mark.
On purple?
On purple. And I will dual sworder to hopefully a bit closer to death.
Dual sword! Hits. Roll damage.
Oh, for God's sake.
5 damage.
The damage
You
rolls
need
today
to
are dreadful
make a con
all
save.
across the board, really.
And again, a 1.
However, she does drop concentration on fear.
Yes. Reinforcements are coming, lads. I'll be there in 12 seconds.
Congratulations. And she does take 6.
Right, hopefully I'm going to do it again and actually whack her a bit harder. 28, love it.
I gave you advantage, and that is a crit.
Oh, yes.
Well, that
Give me
first
6.
roll makes up for that
yes.
dreadful second roll.
Oh,
And
yes.
roll Hunter's Mark again.
Oh, yeah, twice. Where did it go? There it is. Oh!
That'll
is-
do.
18, 23, 29 damage.
There we go.
Holy...
Exactly the same thing, but 6
Schmackalo.
damage. And the next time I do it, it's
29.
28 damage.
God damn, son, that was a damn good turn as you've literally just slashed right across her chest, and you can hear this great wail sort of emanate all throughout the cave. And as you attack her, this one down here, Edna, seems to drop her guys as well and transform into
There's
This.
2 of them.
and transform
two of
into
them.
this monstrous being.
Oh. That must just be someone's garden.
I want to know what Sam's just seen.
Just fireworks, but they're very close.
Fair enough.
It's quite.
Back to their turn.
I've been charmed.
Back to their turn. I feel like they're both not in great situations and could probably take spells to get away, but I feel like they probably shouldn't either.
Get away.
Oh, fuck it. Dire circumstances call for it. Mazzy, can you make me another wisdom saving throw, please?
Mazzy's getting
Why not?
bullied.
They clearly don't like me. I threatened her at the start. Wisdom saving, yes? Sorry.
I threatened
Yeah.
to start and dealt almost 30 damage in one hit.
Yeah.
Man,
You
these wizards
failed.
Not been on your
Uh,
side.
Looks like
I need to.
I'm going on the run. I'm going on the run now. Or is it? a different
Nope.
thing? Ah, no.
Nothing.
You wish you were on the run.
Nothing. So thing. Let me just say. Hold on. Okay, Mazzy, you are now under her command. You're going to let go of her.
Of course.
Walk here, and can you make an attack roll against Oramis?
Awesome.
What am I attacking
No.
with?
You're attacking with your dual sword.
Of course,
And that
a
hits.
very good hit.
11 slashing damage. Oramis,
Luke.
can you take 11
Say it, Luke.
slashing damage?
Say it,
Do you
Luke.
mean 5 slashing damage?
Fucking excellent. Oh, I forgot they had a reaction which could have got them out of all of that situation, but whatever.
What a shame.
What a shame.
I think they've done
Hey.
alright, Ben.
I think they've done alright, yeah. Oh, Mazzy, you have multi-attack, don't you? Can you attack again for me, please?
There's just no need.
He's already dead.
Very
Hey,
that's
nice.
Ha! You
That
suck.
That does miss. So on your turn you've sort of like dropped your thing over her. Oramis, you'd be like, Mazzy, what's going on? You just walk over, slash on the first attack, and then the second one is fortunately sort of parried away. So now she has concentration.
Is it not my turn yet?
Is it not your turn? No, it's their turn first. That's their first in the initiative order. So she's now got that on. She is now going to... Will she run away? That's her turn. It's basically everything she wants to do. Actually... Yeah. And then she is going to... Oramis, can you make a... I believe it's a con save,
For what?
as she casts the cantrip Poison Spray.
Oh, this is an Evado special, isn't it?
D12 poison damage.
I do have Poison Spore, I think, which is
That's
a
it.
one Ben made up.
15 passes. Yes, you are fine.
I'm damn fine, son.
He
I
sprays
think-
poison at you, and you take it like it's cologne.
And I believe that's all they need to do on their turns. Oramis, your turn.
I have a question.
Yes.
Mazzy's still technically an ally.
Yes.
Cool. Can I
Well,
pop up?
yes. In
He is.
You
command.
get it for advantage.
Is it really under
it's-
her control, though? I would...
Yeah, as long as two of you are on the same plane of existence, you can use this telepathic name to issue the commands to the creature while you are conscious, no action required, which it does its best to obey. You can specify a simple and general course of action, such as attack, run over there, fetch that object, yada yada yada. Your Mazzy is charmed by her, essentially.
Okay.
So I would say in that sense, I'll say for the purposes of this, then yes, he is still technically an ally. A charmed ally, but an ally.
Would you consider him a threat, though, at this point?
Actually, no, that's a good point. No. Valid point. He's not a threat until his turn where he makes a save, and if he passes or fails. Therefore, no, you will not get sneak attack or flanking from being up there.
Run that one by me again?
Because she has Mazzy charmed,
Yeah.
it's dominate person. Therefore, she has him under her entire command. Therefore, Mazzy, for the moment, is not technically a friendly creature. He is, as long as he is charmed by her, an enemy creature, and therefore won't help you with flanking or allow you to do sneak attack.
Okay, fine. I will slightly.
I'll allow you to
change that.
change
Then,
that slightly.
can I cast as a bonus action? Do I want to do this? Yeah. As a bonus action, can I cast Hex?
On which one?
On purple, please.
Hex, of course.
And then, do I want to? Yeah, I'm gonna risk the attackable opportunity to step away from them.
Alrighty. Yeah, that misses badly.
Oh, hello.
Eldridge Blast.
Hello.
Oh. So that first one
Oh my
obviously misses, crackles into the wall behind, but the second one does hit, add 4 damage onto that first roll, so that is actually 8 damage overall. She needs to make a con save
Ooh.
against that. Natural 17. So that is 8 damage.
Can we do JJ's roll of crit, please?
Don't use those anymore.
Damn it.
Yeah, and it got me killed too many fucking times. Nearly got me killed too many times. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I've just rolled the hex damage, the 1d6 necrotic.
1d6 necrotic. Yeah.
Just 3 and
Which is actually another source of damage, so she needs to make another con save. But gets another natural 17.
Jesus. I'm also going to give her disadvantage on which ability check. Not that it makes too much difference. Can I give it on Constitution?
Constitution. Gotcha.
That's a good choice.
Cheers.
I think most of them would be good, but that's, I guess, especially for spellcasters, that's a good idea.
So not saving throws.
Oh, I always forget that. It's annoying.
It's a little disappointing.
Gylndan, you are up. If we are quick, we can probably get another round in before we have to.
Okay, right. I'm gonna peek out, and then we're gonna level 2 magic missile Greenie.
Level 2 magic missile Greenie.
She's the one who's controlling me, isn't she?
She is indeed.
I wouldn't know that, but it's the first one I'd go for because
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and your hand's attacking her as well, so you are attacking that person.
Giant hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 9 and 11, 14 damage on that.
14 damage. Con save. Oh! An interesting development. She loses concentration.
3.
Hey, success. I'm free.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna crush her.
As a bonus action, you're going to crush her.
It's 2d6, wasn't it? Plus my.
2d6 plus your spell mod, yeah.
Please be better than last time.
I mean,
Yeah, 9.
That's 9.
That's very true. 9
That
damage.
is 9 damage. They're going to save their reaction for a little later.
And then
now
I'm
that you're in view, potentially.
I'm going to go out of view.
Now you're going to go out of view.
So I moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I get right in by the wall? Is that okay?
Yeah. You can get right in by the wall.
Okay.
Is that everything?
That is everything, yeah.
Cool. Legendary action from Green is going to throw something not very nice at Oramis, who's being a bit of a pest to her sister. Can you actually no? It needs to hit first. Unnatural 20. It was 14 plus 6. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw? Lots of saving throws today. Loving it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You pass. You do not take the additional effects
Awesome.
of the thing, but you do take 7. That's shit. That's also shit. 14 poison damage as this weird sort of shadowy, as this weird 7 points of poison damage as she pulls from her hand this sort of ghostly, quite harrowing sort of bolt of strange sort of green energy, and literally almost like it looks very, very beautiful in her hands, but as she throws it, it just sort of becomes this weird globule and just sort of splats over Oramis, dealing this poison damage. And I think that's all she can do. That costs 2 of her actions. And now we go to Markul, who is no longer
5, 10, 15,
fearful.
25. He can get to here with his movement, and he is going to cast Crusader's Mantle.
Crusader's Mantle. Oh my god.
Yeah. So I need to work a massive radius, 15, 20, 30. 15, 20, 30. And then it's like that.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
What is this?
It's
What is
a
it?
30-foot radius around Markul.
Hmm.
So,
About there.
yeah. So everyone within that aura, you get 1d4 radiant damage to your attacks.
Mm.
Unfortunately, that's as far as you can run at the moment, so...
That's
Fair
all right.
enough.
I can get
Still
around
kinda
the
cool.
outside of purple, so. Or one of us. Whoever's
Any
first
bonus
in our arms.
actions?
No,
Any bonus
you
actions
can
on your
cast a spell, so...
Cool. Then we go to Doc.
Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20... where was it? Sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35... Can I see green from where I am?
I'd say yes. She'd have like quarter cover, but yeah.
like the
Half
stairs.
cover because of Markul.
The
The stairs aren't very high, like
I'm going
maybe like
to...
3 or 4 feet up.
Hmm.
But then also like Markul's sort of in the way, so give her a +2 to AC.
Okay, I'm going to Dwarven Surge, 5, 10, 15, so I can dash into here. And then, so when I can see both of them, I'm going to cast Hold Person at 3rd level. So they both have to make a Wisdom saving throw.
A Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I'm just going to double check Wisdom, but I'm pretty sure. Yes, Wisdom save.
Wisdom save, alright.
DC 16.
Ooh, one of them gets 15. Purple gets 15.
That's a fail.
And a 24.
Okay, so Purple is now paralyzed.
Purple do be paralyzed. So many tokens on purple now.
Well, can we take off the one about about scare, frighten, whatever it was?
Yeah, that's off. But currently she is hexed. She's hunter's marked and held
Oh yeah.
person.
Shouldn't Hunter's Mark be on me?
Yeah, you need to have a con.
Yeah.
You need to have a con thing, but I just do it as a reminder of.
No, I'll take it off. There we go.
That wasn't awkward. It's only awkward if we say it's awkward.
It's now awkward.
Okay, then Markle's not going to like it, but the zombies are going to... I'm going to use my bonus action to command them, and the zombies are going to dash in.
And the zombies are going to dash in.
It's surrounded by.
Here we go.
But he's also protected by
That's
a
true.
shield wall of zombies.
He is, and he's very, very clearly very uncomfortable by it. It does give you this sort of glaring look of, I don't like this, but I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it.
Gonna have to...
I think they're not going to do a legendary action. Yet. Mazzy.
Right, I'm going to move around so I'm inside the circle. Not moving away from purple. And I will then attack purple with Hunter's Mark still on her.
She is paralysed.
So
Auto crit if it hits.
auto crit with Hunter's Mark
Advantage, auto crit.
and whatever the circle gave me again.
Plus 1d4.
And 1d4.
So,
Yeah, this is a.
So is the
this
mark
is a
still her
goddamn mess.
AC?
Hmm?
The hit, is it still her AC? Even though she's paralysed?
Yeah.
You have advantage
It's still her AC,
Yeah,
but it's
but
an
it's still her
advantage
AC.
to hit.
So even if a creature with 20 AC was paralysed, it would still have 20 AC.
Thank you, Doc.
And he needed that advantage with a 21, which hits. So roll the damage. Now roll another d12.
D12. Oh my god.
No.
Which is 3, so that's
Matt,
14
Matt,
damage.
have a word with your damage
Hunter's
rolls.
Mark.
Yeah, I know.
Roll Hunter's Mark again.
19,
Oh yeah.
25.
And now roll 2d4.
Oh my god.
30.
5.
Right.
30 damage
And 8 of
in
that
one. 30
If
damage
she's not dead, the same thing's
on
happening
that
again.
goddamn thing. She's not dead. Not yet.
Right. Here we go again.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Oh yeah. Right.
Hits. Oh, the thing is, she's paralyzed, so she can't even use a reaction to get out of there.
Right. 11.
hits.
What was it again? D12.
Yeah.
So
23.
yeah, D12, 23.
2 Hunter's Mark.
28.
Oh, okay,
29.
fine.
Oh, that's less.
And then 1,
29.
2d4.
Yeah, 2d4.
32.
32.
How much in total? Was it 60?
62. In one.
60.
That
one
is
turn, right?
62.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that's the
in
most
one
damage
turn.
anyone's
That
ever
is the
dealt.
most damage.
Oh.
I think, yeah, that is the most
I mean,
damage anyone has dealt
Cheers
so
for
far
Mark
on this
and Doc
channel.
for the
What
power
was it,
ups.
62?
Yeah, 62.
What was the final one was 32, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 30 and 32.
I mean, she's still up,
You serious?
but she's not happy.
Oramis is licking his lips in the corner.
I'm really, really sorry, but she is still up.
I've done in my last round. I did 30, I think, or something
Yeah,
close
you
to
have.
it.
You
I've done
guys
90 plus damage on her.
I'll say this much: you guys
I
have done
reckon
over 100
100
damage to
damage.
her. You've
then
done
Oramis
over
did
100 damage to her so far. She
Oh
healed
my
a little
God.
bit.
Matt, there's another one if you want to keep going.
I'm afraid.
And seeing as that is the end of the combat round, everyone good to call it there, or do you want to go for one more round?
I'm
Everyone
happy
happy
to
to go
call
for
it
one more
there,
round, or
yeah.
just call it there?
Oh, you've robbed me of my finishing blow this evening.
I mean-
You're going to get there.
I'm personally happy to go another round, but if people want
You
to,
Oramis,
if wanna-
Oramis, you're first, aren't you?
Yeah.
no, it's them first.
Oh, boo.
Oh, he might be dead. I would prefer calling it there, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
Because I think one round will be quite long because
Yeah,
I
it
think
will
a
be
lot's
long.
going to happen.
There is a lot.
Yeah,
of
I was going to
spells
say,
and
do we
stuff
want to
going on.
just do Oramis? But
Be dead.
yeah,
Ben keeps saying, "Oh no, they're not going to use their legendary action," and I think now that they're in a bit of trouble, we might see some fireworks.
Well,
well, you've already seen fireworks.
It's true.
well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, one of them's paralyzed, so I guess all the legendary actions, yeah, and the other one's grappled. So we're gonna see what they do next time, because also they really don't have a lot of spell slots. One could say that they rely on Lolth to give them their spell slots. In a sort of patron way. And therefore they really don't have a lot. Yes.
Find out how many they have.
If I send you a